think it went live.
Great.
I don't know. Okay, I think the live chat is kicking. This is super awkward.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, live chat's enable.
Great.
I don't know what we're talking about. Isa was like, hey, Carrie Ann, we have nothing going on today. Do you want to? Thanks.
No problem.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Do you want to go live? And she was like, all right.
I guess I should have looked at you before that.
Yeah, thanks for not looking at me.
No problem.
I'm trying to see if I can't find us on YouTube.
Okay.
What's fun that's happened since last time we were live?
Hi, Lisa.
Cool.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff on last to me went live.
It's been a while. Like, I think I went live with you last time, right?
Oh, gods. Okay.
And we were, like, telling stories about, like, how I came out to you in the car and
Right.
you were trying to drive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That didn't go well.
It
I mean,
went
it actually
fine.
went fine. Yeah.
It went fine.
Hi, Terrence. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah. I don't know. You've grown your hair out since then.
Yeah, like, it was amazing how much of a mental block hair was until it was, like, better, right? Like, because I had, I don't know, like, it was basically this, but it was really straight. There was not any layering or anything to it.
I mean, there was layering, but yeah, it wasn't the way you wanted it to be.
It was very boyish.
What are you doing?
I'm making a.
Of course you.
It was very boyish, and like it just, I don't know. I didn't feel the part, so to speak.
Sure.
So I didn't let go of things that I didn't realize I was holding on to, and so I was.
I mean, it's hard when you don't even realize that you're holding on to it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really, it was difficult for me, and then like, Herrick, you showed me that you were like, what was it for? We were doing something. And you're like, I'll do. It might have been launch. It might have been DM2 actually.
Oh yeah, it might have been.
I think it might have been DM2. And so you were like, okay, I'll do your hair in the morning because I needed to be up for 30 hours.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And so you did that, and it was actually very similar to this, and it was.
Yeah, I do this hairstyle really well.
Yeah, apparently.
Just this one though. I don't know that I do anything
I like
else.
this one.
No,
I like
this
big
is
and poofy and kind of curly. I think it's great. And so she did that, and then that was a moment of like, oh shit, my hair can do something more than what we had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was kind of a, but can I do it? By the way, the answer is no.
I mean, you're getting better.
I'm getting better, but I don't know what I'm doing, and it's very difficult. Holy crap, is hair difficult?
Sorry.
Because it never does the same thing twice. It doesn't do what you want it to do. But I started doing it myself, and you probably have seen a lot of that on Twitter of like trying to make this all go. And once I got to a point where I could kind of reliably do something that I didn't hate, I don't necessarily love it, but I don't really hate it.
Yeah.
I mentally let go of so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like it happened. What, 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
It's been just over a month since DM2.
Okay, so it's been. But like the big changes have been over.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I would say, like, I did some pretty good transition stuff up front, and then it was like a long waiting period, and then like other things happened. Well, right, and then like that all kind of came in quickly, and then it was like holding pattern, and then this is I think the next big thing, and it was unexpected, which was kind of cool, but then it allowed me to. Like, I had boy clothing in my closet as kind of a safety net, I think. And it allowed me to let go of all of that. And so I don't have that anymore, right? Like, actually, I'm going to do this because those levels make me sad. So it allowed me to effectively get rid of almost all of the boy clothes in my closet. I have 3 unisex shirts left. And those are for when I go down to the deep south, effectively. So, yeah. I don't know if chat's working. I'm going to log in really quick and see.
Oh yeah, we're both wearing necklaces today. That's because I'm wearing a shirt that like has
Woo!
oh wow.
That was bad. That was bad. And we're going to bring that back down. Sorry.
I got Jamie this necklace for our anniversary.
Oh yeah, it was our 19-year wedding anniversary. Last Friday, 2 Fridays ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2 Fridays now, and she got me 2 necklaces, necklaces.
Mm-hmm.
The first was jade because
It was total cheater mode, but I didn't care.
because she cheated.
Whatever.
Because the metal, the thing for 19 is bronze,
Yes, very good.
and
What
like,
the fuck is in bronze?
what are you gonna get in bronze? And yet, you found something amazing in bronze. It's not here yet.
I did.
And so the backup for 19, or like the new 19, like whatever
Yeah,
that
according
is,
to
the
Hallmark.
hallmark is
Whatever.
jade. And so she got me a jade necklace, which looked really nice. But then when you were shopping for it,
Yeah, I found this one.
which is
Transformation. I don't remember
Yeah,
what the stone is.
but the meaning behind it is transformation, and
Yeah.
she's like that meaning.
yeah,
Also, I like the
it's
stone.
it's pretty.
It's a really nice stone.
It picks up a lot of different colors, and I think it's interesting shape, and yeah, I really like it.
Hello, Leland. Hello, Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Terrence. So yeah, so that's celebrated 19 years. For our 20-year anniversary, we were married. For our wedding itself, we were born.
Wow, what is happening? You want to try all of that from the top?
Yep. For our wedding, we were married at Walt Disney World at the wedding pavilion. And do you have pictures?
Well, Lisa's asking if it's Alexandria. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up
Oh,
right now.
the stone?
Yeah.
Walt Disney World, but now we live in California. We live right next to Disneyland, and that's kind of become our new home. Not right now. And so we're thinking it might be nice to renew our vows at Disneyland. And prior to DM2, I wasn't really seeing forward progress with transition. Like, I wasn't there. It's Labradorite?
Yeah.
Labradorite? Hi, Marty. Marty the Martian, and hello, Aaron Vader. And thank you for the happy anniversary. So like I said, I hadn't been seeing forward progress for a good, maybe not quite year, like 9 months.
We've only been doing this for about a year.
Electrolysis is paused because of COVID, and like electrolysis takes a really long time because you have to do it one hair at a time. Like, I realized, we're a year and a couple months out from our 20-year wedding anniversary. We were going to renew our vows, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with where I'm at to be able to do that. And then everything happened really fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this happened, like, closet change happened, just a whole bunch of, like, really quick stuff.
Because we found those pieces.
Which pieces?
The jacket.
Oh,
and the skirt, this skirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, and
Like,
Taylor's my friend right now.
Yeah, and Taylor's amazing. Yeah, so like we found those pieces and like they're just so perfect.
Yeah, they are. I found a skirt. Well, actually, you found almost all of the pieces.
Yeah.
Because we were actually, it was our wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the 19-year wedding anniversary. We were at South Coast Plaza at Din Tai Fung.
Mm-hmm.
Getting dinner, which is total new weird experience because you're out and about in a pandemic, but they did a good job of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Celebrating our 19-year wedding anniversary, and the mall was still open for a little bit, and so we're just kind of like walking out. No, when we were walking in, you made note of, you're like, that's a cute jacket.
Yeah.
But we had to get to dinner, so we did dinner, and then when it was all done, you're like, let's go back and look at that jacket. And so we did, and so we opted to walk in because like no one was there because pandemic, and, right?
Yeah.
And tried it on, and I was like, actually,
it's great.
it's pretty cool.
It's white and it's linen on the outside. It's like it's lined though, so there's still some stiffness to it, but it's cut and shaped like a motorcycle jacket. So it like zips up on the one side, so it has like these like kind of harder lines, but it's white and linen, so it makes it a lot softer.
I was concerned about that because I do still have a male skeletal structure, right? Because
Yeah,
I
but
went through male puberty, so hard lines
it looks really
accentuate
good.
the maleness in me.
No, I know, and I was afraid of that too, but
Oh no, it
That
looks
shit
great.
looks really good.
Looks really great. In fact, there's a picture of me in that on Twitter with the green. That sweater is a new green sweater that I got.
Yeah, it's great too.
And that all goes together. That's my Green for Go outfit. It was amazing.
That was really good.
Leland says, I missed the Tomorrow crew. Thanks to Jared for filling the gap. Yeah, so understand Tomorrow, like the live shows aren't gone. Part of the problem is I'm just not been super comfortable going on camera, and like I'm still working on my voice. You can hear it's wrong. Like I know that people are very supportive, and I love and appreciate you for it, but it's still wrong. Especially that. Like I can hear it. Like it's still, the voice box hasn't learned to go up yet, so it still drops randomly. A lot of words are still too punchy. There's not enough dynamic range. Some of the words are formed incorrectly, so I still have a lot more training that needs to be done on voice before I'm comfortable with voice, I think. But I'm getting better. Like I'm way better than I was even like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I think voice was another one that I was not willing to let go of. And so like I wasn't making very good progress with voice until hair kicked. It's so amazing.
Well, because it was so incongruent. Because, like, what was happening? You were in practices with GM2 stuff,
right?
And you would slip back into full Ben voice completely, and it was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't look like Ben.
But I don't look like, I'm not at the
No,
time. So during rehearsals, I didn't look like Jamie either, and I think that's the big thing is that now I feel like I look more like Jamie.
Right. Well, but so like your therapist, your voice therapist, and I all suggested to stay out of the Ben voice because you were in command.
Yeah, it's
And
super sexist
women,
when you think about it.
Yes, because men do it and women both do it. They put on like what I like to call like your mom voice of, don't do that. You know, you have like this lower, more staccato voice, and you have the ability to go into a men's voice. And so that's what you were doing.
Really easily.
But it's harder to do when you're wearing a skirt or a dress.
Yes.
So we all made the exact same suggestion, is that like you should go in and wear a dress or wear a skirt.
And I did.
And it'll help. And it did help. It wasn't 100%, but it helped a lot.
Terrence says Tomorrow comments aren't always nice. You know, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I will say that Ben had very thick skin, and I think Jamie has very thick skin as well.
Yeah.
Also, like a lot of this is just funny, and so I laugh at it because it's fun. Like my voice is not right, and it's a little funny. So especially there was.
Oh. So, I don't remember what the hell you were even saying.
I don't either.
I think she was even talking about how her voice was dropping, and she's like, yeah, because sometimes it just drops. And I was like, don't ever do that again. It was so, it was creepy and wrong and weird, and I didn't like it at all. And I don't ever do that again.
The look on her face was like, what the fuck did you just do?
Because it was like you were possessed by somebody else. It was so weird.
Oh, God.
It was not okay. It was not okay. Yeah.
So Marty the Martian, it's actually not, it is pitch, right? So pitch matters.
Yeah.
But it's also, women form words differently than men do, and it's much more legato as opposed to staccato. It's more sing-song. It's weird.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I think women, when we're trying to go into that sort of director voice, that mom voice, it becomes, you are trying to emulate the male version, the male way of speaking.
Yeah.
Everything becomes very staccato. It's never like, don't do that. It's always like, don't do that. It's this very, but it is.
I know, but I'm scared now.
You should be. But that's exactly the effect that it has, which is why we continue to do it. Does that make sense?
You know, I understand. The problem is I can do it better than any woman can because I have a man's vocal box, right? So when I do it, it's really dramatic.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Anyhow, so I was having a really hard time in voice. I keep saying voice therapy, but that's not true. It's voice modification lessons. That's what she calls it.
Gotcha.
I was having a really hard, like, I understood all of the techniques and like I could feel the changes, but I wouldn't stay there.
Yeah.
It was really like I would do it and you would hear it after the session. I'd be
way higher.
Way higher.
Even higher than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, is better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's not just pitch, right? So I would be good for like an hour or two,
Yeah.
and then it would just start to fall away. And I think it's because I didn't feel the part correctly.
Sure.
And like once this started kicking in, and you know, the clothing changed, the hair changed, the look changed, I started going, actually, if you didn't know me, and I raised my eyebrows a little, because if the eyebrows are down, you can, like, there's a fairly male forehead line here. But if you didn't know me, you may not know. And then interesting things started to happen. Like we're out shopping, and
Like this.
in the skirt. You could, like, yeah. So I'm in a V-neck. Lisa asked for the skirt earlier. It's gonna be hard to tell on camera. Can you embacconate up this? Hang on, we're gonna be awkward for a minute.
It's gonna be really awkward.
Right? So like it looks decent, but what's nice is it gives me a nice shape without actually like not having, like, it doesn't look wrong. That's my actual shape, but it accentuates kind of what I have, right? So it's a nice skirt.
So heavy.
I'm out. Sorry, my laptop.
Yes, your laptop is heavy. Stupid.
So we're out, and I'm starting to get gendered by exclusively as female by strangers, which happened again today.
Yeah, we always are getting, hello ladies, how are you doing?
Yeah, which is
great.
not what was happening before, right? I was always, actually, even on the phone today, that was funny.
Yeah.
So,
great.
So I started to build confidence, and then that I think allowed me to start to really force my voice up into this register. And now it's a trick of like, okay, I'm starting to, like, the pitch is doing much better now. Just 80% of the time. It used to be closer to like 10% of the time, and now it's like 80.
Yeah.
But the word formation is still wrong, right?
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, but it's word formation, dynamic range. Like, it still doesn't sound like a female voice. It still sounds like a man trying to do a woman's voice, I think. Sing something? No. Can we see the length?
She wasn't in.
Yeah, I wasn't in choir. I was in band. I played tuba.
Yeah. I was in choir.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense for me to sing. So.
Marty, you're funny. So we used to get our nails done every week, and since the pandemic.
And then pandemic hit,
and we stopped because
they closed.
Well, you got to be smart about this stuff. Like,
yeah.
That's a whole thing. Just wear a mask. Like, if everyone just wore a mask and washed their hands and thought about what they're doing and assumed that
wear your mask correctly.
Wear your mask correctly. Don't wear, what'd you call it? Reverse Batman?
Yeah. Well, because the Batman mask goes to here.
Right.
And when you wear the mask like this underneath your nose, it's like a reverse Batman. It makes sense.
It does. It's funny. But, so.
Whatever, I'm funny.
If people, okay, regardless, like, people are jerks.
Sure.
There you go. But we were able to go recently, and so, we got our nails done, which was freaking fantastic. I cannot, like, they pulled up so much cuticle crap, it was awful. Okay, so we're like, we'd like to come next week, because we do it weekly, and they're closed tomorrow, but that's when they scheduled us for, because they're closed on the 4th.
Yeah, because the 4th of July, I don't think anybody was really thinking about it.
So what's interesting is they always call her. Now you need to understand that when I started going there, I was 40 pounds heavier. Like, I didn't go right away, but I was definitely heavier.
Well, because the idea was that you were thinking about getting your nails done, but you didn't know what the process looked like, and you didn't know how, like, what the reaction was going to be like from anybody. And so the idea, and I had never gotten my nails done, so I couldn't even tell you what that was like.
It was terrifying because there's this male masculinity box that you get stuck into, and you're not allowed to do things like that.
Yeah.
And so I was legitimately scared.
I get it. So the idea, though, was that he or she, they would accompany me to go get my nails done, so we could see what the process looked like, and see like how long it took, and see what the atmosphere was like, and see if the stereotype of any nail salon is that people are talking about you in front of your face,
sure,
in a different language. Pick a language, it's any language. Like, that's the big deal, right? Like that's so like we wanted to feel comfortable. We wanted to see what the whole process looked like. Like we wanted all of that, and
So started going.
First, it was just me and my nails.
That only lasted like a week or two.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I think, and then I started going, but I didn't do anything. I did like just cuticle trim and like a manicure.
Yeah.
But then like I pretty quickly got into, okay, let's just try like a base, like a plain dip coat. And then I started exploring and playing and having fun. And that was probably one of the like first regular like female things that I started doing. Because I mean, why is that a gendered female thing? But whatever.
Right. But you would always, you paid for both of us.
Right.
The girl that you see,
Mm-hmm.
Crystal's amazing. Mimi's also amazing as far as I'm concerned. But Crystal is always just faster than Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I would always pay.
You made the schedule, like you went in, you signed us in, you always paid at the end, like it was always you.
But they
always call me, and I never understood that. I still don't understand it.
Well, I think we figured it out today.
Yeah.
Because they called her because they needed to cancel our appointments for tomorrow.
Oh, the receptionist was not the same receptionist.
True.
She hasn't seen you
Since
like February.
Oh, right. Exactly.
Right.
That's going to be a shock for her on Sunday.
Yeah. She's assuming that she's there because there's a different receptionist.
I'm going to show up like this because I don't have men's clothing anymore.
Right.
So they called today to cancel, get voicemail because we're out eating.
Yeah.
And she is busy, so I called them back. But I sound like this, right? And so they assumed I was Carrie Ann.
Yeah, which was so fantastic.
I don't care.
It's
It
like,
doesn't.
Thanks, Carrie Ann. Appreciate you guys calling us back. Blah 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 blah.
But I'm like, I'm not gonna. It doesn't. There's no need to correct them.
No.
Like
at all.
The purpose of this phone call is to change it.
Yeah.
So I don't correct her, and she's like, "Okay, we've got you for Sunday at 11. Will your husband be joining you too?"
And I was like, "Oh my God, what do you even say to that?"
I was like, "Yep."
That's so good. I don't know. Maybe I should just start calling you my girlfriend.
Your side piece?
Yeah. Don't tell Ben. I'll just.
I took all of my power not to laugh on the phone.
It was
and be
amazing.
Like, uh-huh.
Sound like Mickey?
I mean,
Oh, it's so good.
should have been like, not for much longer.
Oh. It's like, as long as he pays, he gets to keep coming.
I guess.
Oh,
that was
man.
great.
It was
great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, you got to be able to laugh at this stuff. Like, there are some transgender women that would be super insulted.
Right.
I just think it's hilarious. Well, I get it though, right? Because you use cues to determine gender, and if I never said to them, which I have never said to them, "Hey, I'm transitioning to female,"
Right.
like, how would they know if I look like male and I sound like male, and frankly, I still acted male, right?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of the social constructs of always paying,
Yeah.
taking care of the schedule,
Yeah.
always letting you in first.
Yeah.
Like, I've let go of a lot of that. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Wait, what?
Sure.
Oh, I still always pay.
You do always pay.
No, I don't. I let Nick pay. I did not put up a fight either. I mean, I put up a little bit of a...
At breakfast that one day?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, the nail salon hasn't seen us at breakfast.
Would Ben have let Nick pay?
Wow.
Making a point, so I went down.
Yeah.
Lisa says Carrie and I always wear the pants anyway. That is not true.
Sure
Like,
it is. Look, I'm wearing jeans.
I'm wearing a skirt.
Right.
Like,
Right, I have the pants.
It's
Literal pants. What?
It is fun to joke about, but it's super, like, you, like, enjoy, this is actually going to be a funny statement, you do enjoy wearing the pants for, like, 30 seconds, and then you're done, and you don't want to wear them anymore? Right?
Yep.
So, sorry. Y'all are missing context, and I'm sorry. I don't like inside jokes, but this one is going to remain an inside joke.
Yeah. Anyway.
I do have new pants as well, cause like we have different taste in jeans, I guess, or like I prefer a different jean than you do.
We have different bodies.
I'm more bougie than you are.
That has always been a true statement.
Ooh, I got a new smell.
That's true.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Like a lot. It is very expensive. I was wearing Bath and Body Works gingham before, which is just, it's fine, right? And before that, I would wear. You okay? Carrie Ann exploded.
Sorry.
We'll give her a moment.
You just went down
Hello, Aaron. Welcome.
wrong.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
I wasn't sure if you were like laughing at something someone said. It just went down wrong.
Yeah.
That. At least it was it bubbly? Oh, she was drinking carbonated water. Went down wrong. That's never fun. Yeah. Wesley said, "This is how Carrie Ann died." I didn't do it.
Holy crap! Guess what?
Oh my God! Holy shit! Oh my God!
Hold on.
Oh, we have got a story for you. This is magic.
I'm dying for another reason now.
Oh shit! That hasn't changed. I still can't throw or catch. Okay.
Oh my God.
So I'm bougie, and so I have these wonderful women that come and clean our house every 2 weeks. I would say like clockwork, but it is anything but. They're like, we'll be there Tuesday. We're gonna come on Tuesday, and then like by
Thursday.
Friday maybe they're here. But they do come, right? They come and they clean, and we like them because.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry,
You're right?
you guys. Yeah, I'm fine. It literally it went down wrong, and then there was nothing I could do about it. It
smells good,
it ruined my voice. This is
mango?
mango.
So they clean the house, and it's they're super awesome. We try, like when you're inviting someone into your home to like go through all of your stuff, you need to be able to trust them. We totally
we have had bad experiences.
Oh
in the
yeah,
past.
we've had thousands of dollars stolen in our old place. Like we've had bad experiences, but we've had them for years now. They are amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. They do a fantastic job. They are way more thorough than I would ever be.
Yeah.
So they're awesome.
So sorry.
No, little things that like a lot of cleaners do where we come home and all the pictures are cattywampus because like we cleaned that, right? So now you can see we cleaned it. So
Right.
I don't need to see that you cleaned it. I do in fact trust you.
If there's no dust there, I know it's clean.
But then also nothing's allowed to be on a countertop.
Yeah.
Any countertop.
Anything that we ever have on any countertop, even if it's decorative. Well, these are like the only things that stay. But
Yeah, pretty much.
like our kitchen island, we have like there's a globe. This globe, I typically put on the kitchen island. It's cool,
Right.
but it never ends up there. It's always on the dining room table,
Right.
and I don't know why.
So, and now the next problem is like we would clean off all the surfaces for them so that it's not like so they don't move things into weird places. But you know, we'll be here on Tuesday. They show up on Friday. Like between Tuesday and Friday,
Yeah,
things
stuff,
move.
life happens.
Life happens. So, and Aaron, we do have a very mid-century modern style. We like it quite a bit.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
we do.
And other Aaron Vader. No, it's not. Actually, the fragrance is nice. It's not overbearing.
No,
it's,
yeah.
It's really subtle, but it's floral.
They use all natural stuff.
It's
So-
amazing because it smells one way out of the bottle, and it smells completely differently. Well, I don't know that you've tried this one. Did you try this one? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But any of those fragrances were completely different on the two of us.
Oh yeah,
It was weird.
it was super weird.
What was really weird is they were almost all more feminine on me than on you.
Yeah, they turned really masculine.
And they turned
on me.
super masculine on you. I was like, all right, well, I'll take it. Anyhow, so they don't like things on surfaces, and so they will,
Must be clouds.
I guess.
That was super weird.
So then they will put things into cupboards, drawers, wherever.
But it's usually like whatever's closest.
Mm-hmm.
So we have found like pots and pans mixed in with just our regular dishes.
Mm-hmm.
We have found like cables mixed in with our like pots and pans.
Just
like,
don't leave shit on the counter.
just-
We're fine.
Yeah, as long as like there aren't things on the counter, it's okay. We found like bottles of water in the pantry, but also in the refrigerator,
Yep.
like with no
Okay.
rhyme or reason.
Yep.
And what just happened was there was a jar of peanut butter, like a brand new. I think it's open, but it's still basically a brand new jar of peanut butter that I mistakenly left out on the counter. And she was like, "Oh, they probably threw it away." I was like, "Well, it's not in the pantry."
That is not the first thing I said.
That's true. But
What was the first thing I said?
what was the first thing you said?
They probably put it in the fridge.
Right, and I was like, that's stupid. And so I open up the refrigerator, I don't see it, close the refrigerator, I start looking into where all of our dishes are, where all of our pots and pans are, where the junk drawer is. Like, literally thinking of any place that this could be in with the candles, because we have some
Yep.
candles, but they're seasonal, so we don't have them out right now. Like, couldn't find it. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, it's probably thrown away or something.
Yep.
Like, who the hell knows?
So we gave up days ago,
Days
which
ago.
was sad because you love peanut butter,
I
and like
really
when you get
do.
really hungry at night, peanut butter is great because, like, just a little spoonful of peanut butter.
There you go, you sang.
I did sing. Right, you get a good chunk of protein. It fills you up. It's not a lot of calories. Well, actually, it is a lot of calories.
It
but
is,
whatever.
but
But it's not terrible for. Pretty bad for you, but whatever.
could be
It's
a
not
lot
great.
worse.
It could
It's
be a
not
lot
having
worse.
a whole meal.
Yeah, exactly. So, we had written off this peanut butter. Carrie Ann just went into the refrigerator to grab a bubbly water, and behind all of the tall things in the refrigerator
All the other condiments. Peanut butter's sitting right there.
is her peanut butter, which,
I'm
by the
so
way,
happy to
does
see
not require refrigeration
No. It's,
at all.
no.
Like,
Oh, I can't believe it's there. That's amazing.
so that's our fun story of peanut butter.
No, it is. It's a brand new jar of peanut butter.
Yep,
I love peanut butter.
she does.
I really do.
It was too bad she hates bananas and like banana and peanut butter. Yeah.
Nope. Not a banana person.
Oh, Aaron said also an Emmy. Yeah, that's an Emmy.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We were on a
Hopefully
call.
that doesn't move a whole lot.
No, we were on a call with. It's heavy though.
It is heavy.
Like it's real, right? There you go. Neat.
I've not tried walnut butter, although I'm not really a huge walnut fan. But if I find some, I'll see. I like almond butter.
Cashew butter is actually not bad.
I hate cashews.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
I like
grosses me out.
cashews.
There's cashew milk and cashew butter, and it's apparently it's supposed to be really good because it's like really creamy. And I don't like cashews at all.
Okay, I like peanut butter too. Like I
The
like it.
macadamia nut milk is good.
Have I tried?
I don't know. It's good.
Other weird transgender things that I never in a million years thought would be a thing. They changed my hormones a little while ago and started putting me on a 7-day pack of progesterone. This is to emulate a female cycle. It helps with development of things. It lasts for about 2 years, and then after 2 years, that development cycle effectively closes, and so you don't need to do it. So progesterone for 2 years, and then I don't have to do it anymore.
It'd be great if we only had periods for 2 years.
Yeah, right. Well, and I don't have that problem either, right? So
Yep.
like, the nice thing is I have, so I get the benefits of the cycle without any of the without most of the drawbacks,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, are there any drawbacks, Jamie?
There's one.
Yeah?
So
Do tell. Tell me more about that.
So the brain gut mechanism that tells you that I'm full or that I do not need food anymore breaks in its entirety. And so like the day or maybe the next day that I'm on progesterone, like not right away, it takes just a minute. And then
All the women in the audience understand. Go on.
yep, I did not. I like every woman in my life has told me like, you know, this is awful. I just want to eat things. I have weird cravings. I'm getting kicked in the uterus, right? Like, I don't understand the kick. Like, I don't have a uterus, so I'm not actually going through a
Sure, but
period.
like the emotional change.
I don't have the emotional change, but yes,
Yeah.
all of the things. I didn't as a guy, I just didn't have a point of reference,
Yeah.
so I could listen and understand and accept that these things were happening, but I never went through it, so I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So
And the food thing is effing awful.
the food thing is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
It breaks my ability to know when to stop eating. There was a time a few weeks ago where we had ordered some Thai food, I think it was, and we had they sent way too much of something I don't remember, and I was just idly eating, and I ate literally all of them, and it was like a plate for like 4 people.
You ate the entire appetizer. It was a pack of, it was 12 dumplings or 12.
Plus my entire meal,
Which
plus
came
the
with
other
other
appetizers, and the other thing,
And the
plus
dessert.
the dessert,
You finished off my shit.
and your stuff.
Yeah.
Just cleared it all out.
That was like, and to be fair, that's like more than even Ben would eat.
oh yeah, was
Like
still
it
hungry.
was, yeah, it was nuts.
It was crazy.
And I had to stop you. I'd be like, there used to be 12 of those.
yeah.
I had one.
Yeah, but you didn't stop me until I was like 11 in.
I
and
didn't
was like,
notice.
And then I was like,
And then I was like, oh my god, all the
well, I'm
food
still
is
hungry.
gone.
I'm gonna eat this one. So it's really weird because
Yeah.
I just constantly eat, and I crave sugary carbs, right? So like we got Wingstop today because I was craving wings for some reason. I wanted it yesterday, so I had it yesterday as well, and I'm currently in my progesterone cycle. To make it easy, I just here's another nice thing I can do that biological women can't do. I can move my cycle to whenever I want.
Neat.
So I opted to move it to the beginning of the month because then it's easy. Because then I can go days 1 through 7.
Right.
Right. That's so I know.
July 3rd. Here we are.
I gained
Neat.
so much weight in the first week
so
of
Aaron,
every month.
You're talking about how lockdown probably doesn't help. Yes and no. So the company that we both happen to work for is considered to be essential, and so we have gone in. There was we did have a small COVID scare for a hot minute there, and we stayed home for a week that week.
Well, it's important, right? If there's any chance at all,
Yeah.
like we're not getting around
But
this
that was
COVID
way
issue.
early on. That
It
was,
was,
early
yeah.
March.
Mhm.
And so we did that, but we did pretty okay. I don't remember gaining weight that week.
No, not really.
And then we were able to go back to work.
Mhm.
And so we've been at work pretty much every single day since then. We took
Yep.
a day off for the anniversary, and
Mhm.
like I think that was we worked through Memorial Day.
We canceled our trips home.
Yeah.
So the trip home
Yeah.
got canceled, and that's on effectively indefinite hold. Well,
but you're not wrong. Like if we were at home, I think trying to be on progesterone and be just solitary at home would just it would be murder.
yeah, it wouldn't be good. It would,
Yeah.
but like
She can't sit still the way it is.
yeah, well,
Which is funny because I'm the one who's gotten up like 3 times during this video so
Oh,
far.
yeah.
But
yeah, that is a good point.
yeah.
The reason I bring it up is because I've been looking at this. I've been eyeing this the entire time. This is a brownie, so it's like the ultimate sugary carbs. I'm like,
Meanwhile, I'm like, I have a whole brand new jar of peanut butter to cook into.
oh, peanut butter on the brownie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Terrible.
Oh my god. And then like,
Terrible.
and then for breakfast today it was like snooze, so carb. It was 1 billion carbs.
Yeah.
It was literally like 1,000 calories in carbs.
Yeah, I can't believe you ordered that pancake too.
It wasn't very good. Like the bananas were good,
Yeah.
but like,
Alright.
it was. I only ate like a little bit of it. So, Aaron, I ate my entire ration of food in 2 days. You know, if I was on progesterone, that's exactly what would have happened too. I would eat constantly the entire time and never feel full, ever.
Yeah, that's super weird. I don't understand that.
Okay, that's how it that's how it is.
But I mean, like,
But I don't
would
get emotional.
I would get cravings. Like, I get cravings on my period for sure.
I get cravings too, but a lot of it's salt.
Yeah, I want shitty Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I want pickles. Actually, I
Like,
really
by
want
the
pickles.
box.
I really want
Oof.
pickles. Why don't we just go get you some shitty Kraft macaroni and
I'm
cheese?
not on my period.
No, I'm just saying so that you have it for when you. I really want pickles. So when we're done here, we should go get pickles.
Great.
I have it. Spirolactone, something like that, which is a testosterone blocker. It also blocks. Lisa's gonna yell at me for saying this, but it effectively blocks my ability to properly absorb sodium. Okay, I oversimplified that, blah, 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 but whatever. So I'm constantly craving salt, and it's like, and when I'm on progesterone, it's even worse for some reason. So, because I'm craving all of the things.
Right.
So, like, all of my cravings are elevated, and the top craving is always salt. And so, it's like, so, like, right now, I'm like, pickles. I want pickles.
I don't know. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it.
Aaron says, another trans friend of mine has had weight issues in the last few months for similar reasons. Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. And I was doing really well with weight too, right? Like I was at 220 pounds. Sorry, US measurements. Go Empire. So 220 pounds. I'm down to 100. Well, I went down to 162. That was my lowest. I've been fluctuating for about 6 months between 160 and 170, up and down and up and down, with the exception of February.
Yeah, you went down again. Well, yeah, we went on vacation in February, and all bets went out the window. We ate whatever we wanted the entire time for like a week. I gained like 8 pounds on that vacation.
I think I gained 12.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad news bears, but totally worth it. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't care.
There's this amazing blip in my
It's
weight
like
chart. Yeah, it's like down, 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 down. Holding, vacation, back down.
Yeah, it took a couple of weeks because we came back from vacation and had like a week, and then we had to go into quarantine for a week. So like that whole period was a little bit rough.
Darcy says olives are hitting the spot for me all the time. I love olives. The problem is, like, I'm also on I'm on a diet. I'm not supposed to be eating too. Like, I'm watching what I eat. The diet is
Watching what you're eating. We're also doing intermittent fasting.
right. So the diet is not too many calories. Watch the carbs. Watch the sugar.
Yeah.
And intermittent fasting, and it's not like keto where I can't have any carbs or sugar or anything.
Right.
But it's like, maybe don't have a donut.
Yeah.
You should be proud of me. During the last launch for GPS 3, Space Vehicle 3, they brought in donuts. I did not have any.
Yeah, sidecar donuts you mentioned.
Yes, it was very difficult.
Sidecar donuts, for those of you in Southern California, or wherever sidecar is available, definitely look into that because sidecar donuts are kind of amazing.
They are freakishly good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you. So it was not for those watching on demand. I was at 99 kilograms at my high. I was at 72 kilograms at my low. Right now, I'm closer to 77 kilograms, if I'm being honest. Well, day 3.
Yeah.
It'll go back down. It sucks. You can actually see it on my weight chart. You can see this 1 week elevation and then drop back off every week.
Well, and you weigh yourself every single day. I only weigh myself once a week.
Aaron asks, how does intermittent fasting work for you all?
Fantastic. So again, apologize. I don't have kilograms in front of me. I'm sure Alejandro will go ahead and Google that for us and then put us in the chat room again. I was up at I stopped looking at 180. I was 180 pounds. I was probably a little bit heavier than that, but I probably also wasn't 185 pounds, but right around the 180 pounds. I'm down to 140 today. Again, I am up because we enable each other, which is terrible.
Sorry.
So I'm up at 142. My lowest was 139. So I've lost about 40 pounds, give or take, almost solely on intermittent fasting. I'm looking at this like, oh, this is still like a thing right here.
That's more age.
Yeah, no, I'm old. I got it. It's fine.
Yeah, you're old.
I am very
So old.
so much older than you.
So much older.
By like so much.
Oh God, it's so old.
Like a year. Anyway, point is that I have been very much a slacker and have not been working out nearly as much as I should, which is to say I haven't been working out at all in probably about 8 months. So I need to get back to doing that for a lot of different reasons. But same kind of thing. Like I am just watching mostly what I'm eating. Not everything. I'm not being hyper restrictive. Again, not keto. But at the same time, like, so like if I want a burger, I'll have a burger. I just won't have a burger every single day.
Yeah.
If I want a pancake, I'll get a pancake. But again, I'm not having a pancake every single day. We're not drinking any soda whatsoever. The bubbly water is as close as we get to that.
Oh, no, I have, aha!
Sure. But regular seltzer water, not hard seltzer water, or just regular water is pretty much all I drink. She drinks coffee still. Sometimes I'll take a sip of it.
I have. So the coffee is nice because it gets rid of that edge.
Where I can't have the caffeine, so I'm not drinking any coffee. So yeah, my calorie intake is it's not like I'm anorexic by any means, but I'm probably right around that 2,000,
Yeah.
2,200 calorie intake kind of thing, and I'm expending at least 400 plus calories a day on just my regular normal activities. So intermittent fasting really has done everything else.
I try to target between 1,500 and 1,800 calories if I can, with the exception of weekends, because one meal at Snooze is 1,500 to 1,800 calories. And then I did Wingstop, so there's another 2,000 calories, and I'm not a great, but
Right.
So my problem right now
Hard
is
seltzer water is like White Claw, if you've heard of White Claw.
Yeah.
Corona also has a hard seltzer. Bud Light also has a hard seltzer.
I didn't
It's
know that.
we passed it today.
No, I believe you. I just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, there's a couple of beer companies that have changed over to doing hard seltzer water or alcoholic seltzer water.
All right.
Yep.
This part bothers me. Like it's super. Ooh, I still got a little bit of a.
You just crush your arms in front of it. It's fine.
There you go.
See?
Better.
Well, don't do this. That's
Well, no. What I need to do is like lean forward, and then I'm okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think women do that?
Apparently, right? Because when I do
'Cause
this, I look frumpy, but when I do this, I look less frumpy.
Right.
Aaron says, "Oh my God, sometimes I miss LA." Actually, I like it here.
Yeah.
The entire
We're
internet's
sort of
like,
the same.
"What the hell is going on?"
I don't know. I would do
Back
this.
shit up.
Yeah.
Now I've cut our heads off. Now I have an Emmy coming out of my shoulder. Oh,
There you go. That's better.
it works. More minerals in the water. Well, we have hard water here. We actually got a filtration system a little while ago because the water was so hard it was clogging up all of our.
No, but
faucets.
Eric's asking with the hard seltzer water. It's alcoholic seltzer water.
Oh, I get it. Like
Yes.
water with.
I'll show you.
Ooh, we have examples. Can you grab me a regular seltzer water?
Yes.
Like surprise me.
Oh, sure.
Remember the sitting tip, Aaron? Yeah. Like, otherwise when I sit back, it seems to accentuate my male frame, but when I sit forward, it like
Here you go.
doesn't.
This is just seltzer water. Which way am I going? This way.
Mm-hmm.
And this is hard seltzer water. So like the calories.
That's the difference.
Pretty
I
much.
drink this.
I drink that too. But you're asking about hard seltzer water. Spiked seltzer water? Like I don't know how else to. Yeah.
What else we got? Anything else fun happening in our life? I feel like we're not interesting, and then we start telling stories, and I start cracking up.
That's true. I don't know. So we launched Humans.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You learned how to wear a skirt.
Oh, I wore heels.
You wore heels.
When did I wear heels? Oh, GPS 3 Space Vehicle 3. I wore
Efficiently.
heels for the first time at SpaceX. And now I can't wear heels for another month.
She tore her feet up a little bit.
A little bit. They were like $20 Target shoes. I was like, I wonder if I can do my job in heels. Because it's been a series of like, I wonder if I can do my job in, right? So the first one was, can I do my job in a dress? And the answer is, yes, I can. It's a little more complicated, but I totally can. You just got to be careful, right? Like
Yeah.
when I'm working on cables, like there's a different way that I have to.
Can't just bend over, is that what you're saying?
Nope. So like that's a more of a like leg lowering kind of maneuver.
Yep.
Which I think I got pretty quickly.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, as soon as you feel exposed, you realize, like, I can't do that. How do I do this then?
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly it. You're like, ooh, nope. I improved the GPS too. I didn't do it, but like whatever. So figure out how to wear dresses, and then the next one was, what was the next one?
Well, you were only wearing dresses. You only wore a dress for DM2 launch.
Right. So at first I was only wearing, like, my female closet consisted only of dresses at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Because they're easy, especially like when you're transitioning. They're super easy because
It's
you
like
don't
overalls.
like you don't have to figure anything out.
Just
You
put a
go,
whole thing
boop.
on, then you're done.
You're like, cool. Shoes now. Right? So like
It's
I
total
didn't.
cheater mode.
Yes, total cheater mode, and I liked cheater mode. So I got a few dresses. Actually, I have one right here, which I have to return, but just because it doesn't fit, it's actually really cool. I'm excited to wear this. Right? It's got like stars on it.
Do you think it would fit me?
No, not. You will fit where I don't, but you won't where I do.
Oh, copy.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna try now.
Okay.
Well, I'm not ready yet.
I know. I see this.
Okay, keep talking.
Well, no. I want to make it awkward for you and for everyone watching as
I
well.
don't mind it being awkward.
You know what? Hold up. I will narrate what's happening right now.
No, that's not okay. That's not okay. Don't be stupid.
I don't think that's going to work there. Okay. So that particular dress, it doesn't, because again, I have male rib cage, so it's a little bit wider, and so it doesn't fit right here. The nice thing about the Ann Taylor dresses is they actually start their flare kind of up in here, so it actually ends up fitting fairly well. Was I right?
Shh. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we do. You can't fit your arm in the dress.
Shush.
For the record, I had the exact same issue trying to get it. Yeah. What's going to be fun is you trying to get out of the dress. Is there any way you can show them and not expose yourself?
Wait. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I wish I could show you what's happening right now, but let's just say, I mean, it doesn't, it's stuck on the boobs.
For lack of a better term.
Not for lack of oh my God, what the heck?
Oh, shh.
Yeah. I wish I could show this.
Wait. I think I might have an answer.
Okay. You're just gonna wear it like
a shawl? No.
like a shawl?
No.
More things are coming off. I don't know.
Shh. Don't be stupid right now.
You need to be careful. You're gonna, like, if you come on camera, you could literally bust out of that thing on camera. And then we're gonna have a community violation. And I would prefer not have that on camera. Oh my God, you actually zipped it up. She just flicked me off.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you're. Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah, well, you could. Okay.
what? I could what?
Well, I mean, you don't need to zip it all the way up. You're a little homely when you do that. Oh, maybe you do, actually. I don't know why. She likes all of her shirts, like, right here.
Yeah.
In boy mode, I did too, but that's just because I had a little bit of chest hair, and I freaking hated that so much. Laser's gotten rid of that, and so now I'm like, V-necks! Which I like because, like, it helps with the necklace and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't suck, but, like, you can't... There you go. I can't believe you fit into it. So I'm going to get another one of these. Like,
cute.
stand up because, like, hang on, let me go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I said. All right. Hi. Ooh. Hi. Can I... Hang on. I got to figure out...
There's pockets.
Yeah, they're pockets. There you go. Right? This is supposed to be my dress, and then you've got... Oh, wait, hang on. There's...
My pile of clothes.
Right? And then there's, like... Yeah, there's stars on it. Right? Then there's a Carrie-Ann. All right, someone wanted a full screen of me in the skirt because they couldn't see the bottom of the skirt. You see the bottom of the skirt now?
Yes.
Right? Like, has a nice shape here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go. Now I have to do this.
Now to get dressed for real.
Hang on. Let me make sure we're on the correct camera. I don't want you to. I don't want to create a community violation. Okay, I think you're good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Are you really positive?
I'm really positive. The camera has absolutely flipped back to me, and I see the clock right there and the Emmy right there.
Okay.
I promise. Space Cadet says, totally jealous. Actually, it looks pretty good. Like, pull it up to like here. I mean, not terrible. Like, because it doesn't fit, it's folding in a little bit too much, but like not terrible. Space Cadet says, totally jealous of how clean the house is. Again, that's because we bring in two wonderful ladies who do that for us. So, you know.
I mean, you're not wrong. It reminds me of the Maryland dress.
Yeah, like it looks nice. Right? Like, yeah. Wesley says, yes. What are these paintings right here? So, let's see here. These are, we are huge Disney Parks fans. And so these are concept painting. This is concept art. This one's most of them are from Tomorrowland at Disneyland. Before they had ever built Tomorrowland, this is some of the artwork that they had created to kind of showcase what they thought all of that was going to look like. And so we've got 3 on this wall, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I've got another one that shows Space Mountain, another one that shows the House of the Future, which they didn't end up on. And then I'll show you 2 others. We've got an original...
No, it's the House of the Future.
Well,
That was shopping.
Oh, that was shopping?
Yeah.
Okay.
In one of the small details, you can see it says something about like air travel or travel
okay.
or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll show you that one, and then we've got 2 that are really amazing. One is an original Will Gay picture. It's do you remember the name of it? It's like Taking Flight or
Yeah, Blast Off from Tomorrowland or something.
that might be it. Blast Off from Tomorrowland.
I think so.
And it's the original.
Maybe just Blast Off.
It is not a it's not a replica. It's not a whatever those are called, the lithography things.
Yeah.
You can actually see the
paint strips.
I think
What?
we are ending the event because I lost all of my chat. I will find out in a moment. Woo! I hate hearing myself. All right, well. I don't play Kerbal Space Program. I lost the chat in the interface, but let me... Okay, well, whatever. I'll just do the chat here. Can I break out chat? Nope. Tomorrowland is my favorite. So let's see here. Have we been on the... So I will explain that in a moment. So the Will Gay picture is original. You can actually see the paint strokes. And then the other picture is a picture from Club 33 from an area called Salon Nouveau. That is the club member only side of Club 33. For those who are Disney fans, Club 33 is kind of like an exclusive, like think of it like kind of like a golf club sort of thing.
Yeah. It's like a dinner club.
Yeah, club. Exactly, right? So we have access to Club 33 stuff, and this particular picture is not the original. Like the original was gone. It is a shag painting, but we got as many cast members that worked at Club as we could to sign it, which is pretty cool. So. Hey, you'll have to look at chat from there for me if you can.
Yep.
And then give me a second here. We'll do this. Whoop. All right. So Peloton, right? So there's that. So this is the first one. This one doesn't have a title. It is part of Disneyland, but I don't know if it's part of Tomorrowland. Do you remember?
I think so. Well, only because you can see the rocket in the behind. And also because...
Oh, yeah, there's the Moonliner.
Yeah, and then this is like a timepiece.
Oh, right.
That I think they did have for a while, but I don't know if it looked just like this.
Okay. So then moving over, this is Carrie Ann's mid-century modern clock that she absolutely loves.
I do love it.
Yep, so we'll do that, auto expose. And then I like this one because you got the TWA Moonliner in there, right? Mm-hmm. So it looks pretty cool. And then we've got this guy over here, which again, you've got the Moonliner. Like we like the rockets, right? But then you can actually see the People Mover track over here. Right there. So people movers sitting right over there. And some, the pods are really cool. I don't think they ever came to be. But what's really cool is like you can see some of the notes that they had in the original. Right, those are the illegitimate notes that were on the originals.
But I think they're doing something similar to those pods at Epcot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm really excited for the new Epcot. Okay, so that's that one. Hey Siri, cancel. I won't be able to do that. These aren't on Siri yet. Okay, so this one is Space Mountain, and this is also the concept art for that. And you can see the people mover kind of in front of it and to the sides.
Right here.
Yep.
And then here.
I'm really sad that the people mover's gone from Disneyland. I love the I love the three-dimensionality of it. I think that's really freaking cool. Okay, should we go down first or should we do this one?
Go down first.
Okay. All right, now we get to go downstairs. Oh wait, this one.
Aaron, yeah, they do sell these. That's how we got a hold of them. There's like a couple of different artwork places, but like Shop Disney has some artwork on it. Yeah, suggested exhibit building.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. This is Travelland Air. Yeah, there's a couple little things that like this is more.
But I
exhibit.
absolutely,
It's more like shop.
I love that the notes are still in there and
Yeah.
that they're still like they're
These are
exactly as they
these-
were,
Oh
right?
God, you scared the crap out of me.
How so?
I thought you were gonna go down the stairs.
No. I can feel it.
Now people can't move at Disneyland? Yeah, well, I mean, they can, because nobody's there, I guess.
So this is our original Will Gay piece. These are the flowers that Carrie Ann got me for our
That
anniversary.
are dying, so
They're
don't
dying.
look too close.
We'll do it from back here.
Yeah.
But I really like them because I really wanted flowers down here. And again, one of those things where like this drives me crazy because the girls move them. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
Thanks. These go on this side. There, that's how it's supposed to be. All right, cool. So, like I said, this is, I don't know if you'll be able to see, like how you can see, like you can see some of the brush strokes and
Yeah,
how
'cause,
some
like,
of the
some of
paint,
this-
right? And then like there's some three-dimensionality to the paint itself,
Yeah, you can kind of see some of the shadows.
right? And I really just kind of love like this area right over here. I'm a huge fan of, like I like the monorail.
I like the little swirly things on
Yeah,
here.
the swirly things
Little-
from Tomorrowland, and then there's actually just a little bit, if you go over here, there's a little people mover. Little Space Mountain.
Yeah, I think he
Right.
did a fantastic job. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, right? And then you've got Mickey, but he's in blue.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? And then Pluto. And they're like, there it goes. Now what's interesting is originally that was going to be lifting off, but then Disney said, no. The Moonliner's never allowed to fly. And so he had to make it like in the process of about to lift off, but still on the ground. And so he
Yeah.
actually had to change his art a little bit, which is kind of cool. But then later on, they made an animated short, and Mickey's in the Moonliner, and it's flying, and it's in space. And I was like, well, cool.
Well, they saw. It's okay.
And then, do you remember the story of the stones?
Yeah, so for a long time in college, he had gone on this like bike trail, and it was just a horrendous bike trail, and it took him forever to do, and like all this other stuff. But like ever since then, he kind of just had like the memory of that sort of stuck in his head, and so he would draw these rocks, these two little pebbles on the side of different drawings. Sometimes it would just be the rocks, like sometimes they weren't on the side of drawings necessarily. But it was like he had to kind of like get the rocks and get that trail like out to a certain extent. And it's always two. And if I remember correctly, two now represent his two boys.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a slightly bigger one and a slightly smaller one because he's got one older boy and one younger boy. But yeah, so it was just trying to get the rocks out, get that trail out, and be done with it.
The nice thing about this piece is Carrie Ann and I got it in Florida when we were at Walt Disney World, and they called him. We tweeted.
We tweeted him.
We tweeted him, and we're like,
we had some questions about the piece because we really liked it, but we didn't love it, and so we had some questions about it, and they were like, oh yeah, he's pretty prolific on Twitter, like you probably just tweet him, and 'cause we were wondering like why Mickey's wearing the blue shorts, Like that just seemed
We
like
wanted some of the stories behind it
kind
because
of weird and off. Like, yeah, these rocks seem like super out of place. Like, what does that mean? What does that do? Like, yeah, we just had some questions about it. And like, it's kind of melancholy, right? It's kind of a weird time of day or night, and like, it just didn't feel as happy as I think of Tomorrowland. It's not as joyous. It's not as bright as I think of Tomorrowland.
so we thought there were maybe some stories there, and we're like we really liked. So we do really like this piece.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's really beautiful, and this for me, it really spoke to me. Like having the monorail on there, having the people mover.
It was like everything about Tomorrowland I wanted all together.
Yeah, it was like so. It had all this meaning of things that really were important to me. But then these weird little notes, and we're like, we don't understand these weird little notes. And so we tweeted him, and he's like, oh, well, I'll be right over. And so he just popped over, right? And hang on, let's head up. And so he comes over and he tells us all.
Do you want to show the back?
Oh yeah, I guess we can if you want to take it off.
Yeah.
Oh, our neighbors have. I'll do it like this way. Look at those flowers. Look at those. Those are roses.
Yeah, those are stunning.
They're stunning. So here's the back. Oh man, you can see we got this a while ago. To Ben and Carrie Ann, see you in tomorrow. Your pal Will, and 7/8/16. So we bought it, 4 years ago, and
7, 8.
right. Oh, it's just called Liftoff, right?
Liftoff, got
So
it.
here's the original piece that was with it in the store, like the little descriptor, right? So again, this is an original, and
Well, it was nice that he signed it to us, but also on top of that, remember how we asked for the date?
yeah, he asked us for what the date was. That's where I was going with this one.
Yeah.
So he asked us what the date was, and we were like, oh, it's July 16th, and he goes, oh, it's my birthday
He's
today.
like, oh yeah, I should totally remember that. It's my birthday.
And we were like, wait, hold up. You came out to sign your own picture on your own birthday? Why are you here? You should be out celebrating. Like, you want me to do that?
No, I think I got it.
Hang on, I should. This is.
Shut up.
No, this is great.
Shut up. I'm just short.
Yep. We're laughing with you, not at you.
Shut up. All right, you have to do this.
Here, take this.
I'm too short.
It's fine. Thanks.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault. It's fine. It is funny though.
Ooh.
Loud noises. Oh, see, he doesn't want to grab it because it's bent right there.
Oh. Yeah, so Erin is saying art is totally about context. Yeah, no, absolutely, right? And so when you see a piece like this and you want to know more about it, like, I think that's why. But yeah, the story behind it is amazing, and like his story behind it is fantastic, and then our story adding to it is also just really.
Yeah.
It makes the entire piece a lot more meaningful.
I agree. And, like, this is my favorite piece in our house, hands down. I love this piece, although we do have another piece, Gesundheit. You exploded. You exploded. Oh, I have to learn how to sneeze and cough and laugh as well. Those will come with time. So back up. Up, up. So, this is the last piece. This is from Club 33. This is Salon Nouveau. This is a shag. This is a lithograph something from the original. Here you can see the shag signature down there. And this is literally what the lounge looks like, although obviously stylized. He sat kind of in a back corner in the lounge and painted this picture. And so what's really amazing is some of the cast member actually, like, can you hold this for a second?
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah.
So, like, they have live jazz bands that show up, and so, like, we've seen them play.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is she looks like that.
Yeah, she does.
Like, she legitimately, we can look at these people and go, oh, I see who these people are. So, like, that's Beth, I think, right? We think that that's Chase. I'm not entirely sure.
It's gotta be Krista.
That makes sense.
That's gotta be Noah.
Noah, yep. lost a couple. And yeah, some of these apparently are regulars as well. This apparently was painted like right as we became members or right before membership, or right during membership. But like this was really cool. And so then, did you want to take this one down too?
Yeah.
So we really liked it. We thought it was really cool. And then we asked them to have because the cast members were in it, we asked to have the cast members sign it. So these are the cast members, not all of them, but anyone who was willing, they signed our picture. So this means a ton to us. Like this has a lot of like personal meaning.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever let this one go. This is, I think, really cool. Yeah. 29 out of 100. So there you go. Whoop. All right. I'll need you to help me with chat again because I'm sure they've said things, but I don't know what.
I got that
Ooh.
one fine.
Yeah, that's
Well,
because
that noted.
that's because the other one, the wire had bent, and so it was bending away from the wall.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Aaron Vader says, I'm very sentimental. I appreciate the history behind the fun art show. Yeah, I think, especially for art, like, it's not just the art itself, but, like, the meaning behind it.
Well, we've got a couple other pieces upstairs that are a little bit more personal,
Yeah, like we've got,
because those are on the bedroom level.
yeah, on the bedroom level, we've got one that's one of those, like, star charts of, like, what the stars look like at a location on a certain date and time.
Mhm.
And I believe that one is from Bay Lake,
Mhm.
right? On June 26th, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. At about, I think, 11 a.m.
Yeah, I don't know if we got to choose time
Mm-hmm.
on that one.
So that was where we were married, and
Mhm.
since we were married at the wedding pavilion, the closest you can get to that is the Bay Lake. We are thinking of, look, we're considering becoming members at Club 33 in Florida, although they haven't actually fully extended that offer to us, so we may not be able to anymore. We'll
Yeah.
find out. If we do, then maybe we'll actually go down to Florida for our 20 year.
Mhm.
Right? Because then
That'd
we
be
could
fun.
like kind of bounce between all the different areas and like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do for 20. Probably figure it out last minute like I normally do.
Yeah, COVID ruined a lot of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, and I did too. I did. Like, being in an awkward transition stage and like not being comfortable with myself.
You came down again.
I did? How far?
A little bit.
Oh, far? Like too far?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay. That's the other thing that's happening is like sometimes my voice will drop because, you know, I'm not used to using this part of my vocal folds.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it's a muscle and
Yep.
it gets fatigued and
Yep.
then it just starts to slowly lower down.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll be like, you've dropped. And what's amazing is I'll be like on the phone with someone and she'll just be off to the side going,
Whatever, it worked. Aaron asks if we're from Florida. I am originally. I was born in Florida. I was born in Plantation, Florida, which for those of you who are not familiar with Plantation, Florida, it's very south. It's like Miami area. Lived there for about 7.5 years. Then moved to New York. Then was Pennsylvania. Then Minnesota. That's where we met each other. And eventually got married while we were living in Minnesota. But we were going down to Florida. Well, actually, at that time we weren't. When we first got married, we wanted to get married. I wanted a honeymoon in Walt Disney World.
I wanted a non-traditional wedding.
Right.
I wanted it to be something fun and different and unique and interesting that you wouldn't normally see.
Which I also wanted. So that was...
Great. And so I was like, we'll do the Renaissance Festival.
And I said no.
No, you didn't. You said, and I quote,
We have to go over this whole story, don't we?
you said, quote, fuck no.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, point is...
She's like, I don't want my dress to drag in horse poop. It's dirty. And then, like, one of my exes there was a whole thing with a dress at the Ren Fest.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, that's all I'm going to be able to think about.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
It's going to be terrible.
That's not what I want.
So, fuck no.
Right. So, but I talked her into honeymooning at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked into honeymoons, it turns out they do weddings. And so we decided to get married there.
She's like, hey, we can do... Actually, that's exactly what I want. She was like, because she wanted a honeymoon there. I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. I always love Disney parks.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, we can do our wedding there too. I'm like, That sounds easy too. Like,
Yeah.
it's themed. It's everything I wanted. It's like, it's themed. It's different.
The joke of the whole wedding was like, if we didn't like it, we could basically sue. You're at the happiest place on earth, so like if it's
They
not
better
perfect,
be happy. Yeah.
I feel like, and the cake was amazing. Remember?
It was, I think, the best cake I've had to this day.
It can't possibly be true because our palates have changed,
Okay. That's a
Right?
fair and true statement.
right?
I agree with that. But, like, memory-wise,
Memory-wise,
I
it was
don't
the
remember-
best cake I've ever had in my life.
I don't remember putting a cake in my mouth
Yeah.
that created that kind of immediate, like,
It
oh
was
my God.
so good.
Now, to be fair, it's, I believe, the same chocolatier that works at Victorian Albert.
That's true.
So it
maybe
literally
was.
may be the best cake.
It's true.
Someone asked, Sue for happiness. Marty said I was lucky enough to do an underwater wedding once for some scuba diving
Oh,
friends.
wow, that's
that would be
cool.
amazing. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Be really cool if there was like an undersea city that was like a glass dome. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're noping out of that.
What?
Someone asked, Aaron Vader asked, what's the difference between the two clubs? Most things.
Yeah. It's hard to describe.
I actually didn't understand it. We were actually accepted into Florida's Club 33 like
3 years ago?
3 or 4 years ago when I was still Ben, like very still Ben. And that's another interesting thing I don't think I brought up is like the separation of Ben and Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So I went down there, but for us, it's about creating experiences for people and ourselves,
Yeah.
right? And so the club here is an amazing place to get one of the best meals you're going to have in Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's exclusive. No one else can really get like that Salon Nouveau side. You must be with a club member in order to get there. They can't gift that to you.
Right.
And then it gets you the ability to like get VIP access to certain things that when we're with family and friends, we can give them a really magical day.
Yeah.
Not that they would have a bad day before,
No.
but this just pluses it up a little bit,
Yeah.
right? It just really makes it something truly to remember.
Yeah.
And so, that's what we were used to, right? And we'd bring people there, and especially the Disney alerts, they'd be like, oh my God, and we'd go through the history of the club.
Well, like,
and,
yeah, because so Walt was part of the original club, and there was animatronics in the original club that would that had speakers and microphones, so they could listen in on the conversation. And if they thought that something was interesting, they could insert themselves into the conversation, which sounds a little bit Big Brother right now, but at the time was really revolutionary.
I wanted, like, in case there was something wrong with the meal, like, I wish, like, I dropped a fork, I wish I could have another. They would hear that, and they would just rush a fork out to you
Yeah.
without you having
So
to
everything
ask.
about that was just really, really magical and really, really special. And the food was supposed to be, really good. And not that the food isn't, but like the food is really good. And you sit down for a really nice meal. Where you could have wine with dinner, which was unheard of because the park was dry.
This is the only place until recently that you could have alcohol.
Yeah, inside of Disneyland Park. So there's a lot of little things like that, and like you go in and you relax, and like we on a number of occasions have gone in and just had dinner and then just left, and because that's all we needed, that's all we wanted. So when Club 33 at Walt Disney World was presented, they were like, yeah, so all we have are these lounges. We don't have the dinner side. And we said, okay. And then like, and all we have is really small plates. So like olives or a pretzel or like snacky foods, like bar foods kind of thing.
And we were like,
And then alcohol. And we were like, but where's the experience then? Like,
Yeah,
why,
like, why
would I
am I-
pay that much money to go into an air-conditioned room? I mean, great in Florida heat, but like, I want to be able to sit there for hours maybe, and I want to
Right.
be able to get to know the staff, and I want to,
Experience.
know, yeah, like the staff at this lounge, like there's love relationships, there's hate relationships, there's backstabbing, like there's drama, there's the day shift and the night shift, and like it's a different set of people, and like some of them intermingle and some of them don't, and sometimes you see some of the day side on the night side, and we're like, oh, these people. They don't know what they're doing, and then sometimes it's vice versa, and getting to know the staff on that kind of level has been really amazing, and they get to know us, and they know a lot of the members and everything, and it's really kind of fun because they'll be like, oh, I think you'd really like this person actually, and then we do, and it's like that's incredible. So like that is our view of what the club is, and to a certain extent almost like should be. And so the idea that you only get these lounges that you're not going to be spending a lot of time in because they don't even have real food.
I felt like I was buying perks. Like
I
was
thought I
buying
was getting
fast passes.
cheated. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want fast passes. I want
fast passes are
experiences.
nice.
Yeah, no, I do want fast passes. But like, I want experiences that I can share with people. I want to be able to bring people in and surprise and delight them.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I wanted. And so they presented it to me. I'm like, okay, these are pretty cool. Like, your offering is pretty cool.
Right.
But I don't see how I can surprise and delight my guests. And so I sat on it. I was like, okay, maybe in the future, but not now. And then we were...
Oh, Erin, you're so cute. Yeah, must have dinner. Club 33 is super fun. I haven't been since 2000, but it was great. And the food is fabulous. I am old.
It's changed since 2000.
It has.
They've
quite
done a
bit.
really large renovation, and most everything that you saw is gone.
A Space Cadet said fancy Chuck E. Cheese. Just kidding, of course. Yes, but no, but yes, but no.
But no.
But Disney did it
But
first, so I
yes.
guess there's that.
Like, the buffet is all gone. There's no buffet anymore.
Yeah.
All of those dining areas are effectively gone. Where you walk in,
It's
that
totally
door,
different.
Literally, the Club 33 door has changed. Not just
Not like
door,
the physical door.
like the
Location is a completely different location.
So-
Yeah, which is interesting.
So that was our experience. Then, interestingly enough, there are a couple of cast members from Club 33 Disneyland that we've developed. Well, we've developed friendships with a lot of them, and they were like, "Oh, well, we've never." They have the most amazing palettes.
They both are sommeliers or have their sommelier
like
leveling.
amazing palettes, and we're like, "Oh my God!" So, what do you think of Victoria and Albert's? And they're like, "Oh, we've never been to Walt Disney World," and we both
We
were
were like, wait, what? No, that's not acceptable. We have to go.
No. Like, for those who don't know, Victoria and Albert's is I forget how many awards they have. It's one of the best restaurants on the East Coast.
It has something like a 5-diamond
Something.
award, and it's like the only one on the East Coast or something like that.
It's, the food there is absurd.
It's absurd. Let me see.
I
what the
can't
accolades
even, like, the noises
It's
your
dumb.
body makes when you're eating the food are
Oh, yeah.
involuntary. It's the best meal I've ever had in my life. There you go.
Yeah.
Right? So here we are, these cast members who work for Club 33, who've never been to Walt Disney World and never been to Victoria and Albert's, and we're like, okay, we have to fix this.
Yeah.
And so we brought them there. They could get into the parks on their own, but then we got like a 3-bedroom giant suite thing. We brought them to Victoria and Albert's and we paid for everything while they were there. They just had to get themselves there, and they did. And so we also happen to know other people who work for Imagineering and for some other areas, and we're like, hey, we've got these cast members. They work for Club 33 Disneyland. We'd love to show them Club 33 Walt Disney World just so we can compare and contrast. And they're like, on it. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, you won't be able to do anything, but it was worth asking. Like, it's worth trying. Within an hour, they're like, okay, we've got this date, or this date. What works for you? And I went, really? So we actually had an opportunity to go into one of the active clubs, actually I think their largest club at Epcot, and just kind of walk in, and they gave us a tour, and they're like, yeah, I mean, just hang out, have a good time, buy some food and drink, do what you want to do. And it was at that moment where things started to click for me. Like, I didn't understand it in the presentation, and I don't know how to present it in a way that you can understand.
Yeah.
But as soon as I experienced it and realized there is an experience here, and it's actually a pretty good one, and it's something that we would still talk about,
Yeah.
and like they would still talk about, and we're like, oh, we walked away with a memory here. We
Here
walked
you go.
away.
The Zagat review gives the food a 4.8, the decor a 4.8, and service a 4.8. Like, it's ridiculous.
I don't know how that compares to other things though.
I guess, but like, if you can get that high in a Zagat survey, like, that's ridiculous.
So, so I walked out of there going, yeah, I want to do this now. So a little while later, I actually got in contact with my old person at Club 33. She's like, I don't work in that department anymore. She sent me off. We went back and forth, and then we were actually accepted, and they were going to send us the contract in early March, right as everything started shutting down. And then they went, would you like, you can keep going, but like, it's a little weird right now. And me foolishly, I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. Let's just pause. I don't think I should have. I think I should have kept going.
There you go.
Like, But I
Yeah.
didn't. I paused. We've actually since asked to unpause them. They're like, we're not ready, which is totally fair, right?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But it's pretty freaking cool. Like, they have a really amazing experience over there. So you're asking the differences, and it's really hard to describe because I'm not allowed to talk about everything about the clubs. All I can say is that, like, they are completely different, but they are experiences, both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And they're both a lot of fun. Yes, Aaron says, memories are priceless. Being great to humans is the best. Yeah, right? Like, and that's the other thing is, like, especially this club, they give us the ability to, like, gift dinners to other people.
Yeah, we don't have to be there.
We don't have to be there. We almost never use them.
Yeah.
Because we want to be there. We want to be a part of the experience with them. Now, there are a few times where it's like, hey, it's my girlfriend's birthday. Would you mind? Or, like, it's our anniversary. Like, I don't want to be there for your anniversary. That's weird. So we'll use a handful of them. But generally speaking, like, at the end of the year, like, we have almost all of our giftable, like, things, and we just lose them. Now, the tickets, on the other hand, those we burn
Use
through like
those.
candy. Yeah. Not this year. Not this year.
Oh, you never know. We might be able to make up the difference later.
Yeah, hey Dada, he says the first rule of Club 33 is you don't talk about Club 33. The nice thing is
kinda.
the rules aren't as strict as ITAR, so it's not like that level, but at the same time, like, you know, they don't want you talking about price and things, which I get. It's one unit of expensive,
Yeah.
but worth it for us, right? There was another thing that was brought up. Oh yeah, Victoria and Albert's is cool. Oh my God. So I love going, so we won't bring just any, so Victoria and Albert, all of the words. So it's like about $1,000 a head after tax and tip and alcohol and everything else at Victoria and Albert's. Actually, this time it was closer to $800 a head, I want to say.
Yeah, it was
So-
a little bit cheaper.
A little
Who
less.
knew?
So, like, let's be clear. This is not something that you just, I'll go to Victoria and Albert's. Like,
No, yeah. So I looked up there. So they received AAA's 5 Diamond Award every year since the year 2000. Is currently one of 3 restaurants in all of Florida to receive the award. They have also ranked number 2 in fine dining in the entire United States by TripAdvisor, only behind Daniel of New York City.
ooh, now I want to go there.
In February 2018, it received the prestigious Forbes Travel Guide 5-Star Award and is currently the only restaurant in the state of Florida to receive both the AAA 5 Diamond and the Forbes Travel Guide 5-Star Award.
Jesus Christ.
That's so it's that place.
Yeah, and
It's nuts.
It is worth every award that they have. The thing
Yeah.
is, I barely have a palate able to, like,
No, you-
arguably don't quite have a palate.
You have a good palate.
I have an okay palate. You have a great palate. They have an absurd palate.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
do.
sitting there,
It's great.
I'm paying for everything. And I'm like, I'm definitely not enjoying this as much as everyone else at the table.
But you still enjoyed it.
No, I do. It's the best food I've ever had in my life, but we're very selective of who we bring there because it's very, very expensive.
Yeah.
And then, like, I would argue most people, I'm not sure how much they would actually enjoy it. Like, you have to understand the person and tailor that for the experience. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people want to experience it. But, like, if you're a picky food eater, like, I don't think you want to go there because you don't get a choice.
Yeah.
Right? They ask you your allergies and they're like, cool, we'll get you something then. You get to choose whether you want wine or
Cocktails.
cocktails.
Well, they have a full bar. You can do other.
Sure. You get to choose if you want the, I was saying escargot, but that's not right. It's the
If you want to add on the caviar. or not.
caviar. Yep. Mm-hmm. And
Well, there was a fish dish that you could have added on,
a fish dish.
and then there was wagyu that you could have added on.
Right. And so, because I'm me and I'm bougie, I'm also I was in more boy mode at the time because I wasn't, like, this hadn't kicked in. So I was ordering for the table. I'm like, upgrade all of it, every option. And they're like, are you sure? Because they can all see the price too. And, you know, it's like they're like worrying about this. I'm like, ready, go. This is why we're here.
Well, that was right after I had already caused a scene, so I was
yeah.
already embarrassed.
Here we are in this obscenely high-end restaurant. And, like,
Legit, you can't take
manager
me
had to
anywhere.
come over.
Cannot take me anywhere, or like take me somewhere, but tell me I can't speak. Maybe
That'll go over well.
It was terrible. I still feel bad about it. So
What?
we have been
Hold
there.
up. You should not feel bad.
I did feel
That
bad.
made such an incredible experience for the rest of the night. It was not just an experience for us, but now also for the wait cast members that were in the restaurant.
Yeah.
We had them coming to our table just to be part of that experience.
Okay, this is what
so
happened.
Do not feel guilty.
This is what happened. Ben and I had gone a number of years ago for my birthday, and at the time it was just the two of us, and it was at the time the most expensive meal that either one of us had ever had, and we had been saving up for it. Like the whole reason for that trip was it was my birthday and that we were going to this thing, and we'd gotten what's called the chef's table. And the chef's table, for those of you who are unfamiliar, typically is a table either inside the kitchen or just barely outside of the kitchen. But you get to watch them cook and prepare things. And then sometimes they just hand it directly to you, depending on how the chef's table situation is going. But usually you have better access to the kitchen and can ask questions of the people who are making your food, et cetera, et cetera. This particular one is a table inside the kitchen. It's at the back part of the kitchen. So you don't really get a whole lot of like fire in the pan kind of cooking necessarily back there. They're doing more finessing kind of things back there.
Chopping vegetables.
Yeah, it's probably not the best chef's table I've ever been at, but it's not bad. In any case, point is,
Actually, I think it might be one of the worst.
it might be. I think the one at Buca's better. Anyway, point is, it's designed to be for, I think it's up to 12 people you can get into that table, and it was just the two of us. And they give you servers that just stand there and wait on you.
For all 12 people.
For all 12 people. So there's two of them. At least there was two at that time. There's two of us. And so it was a fantastic experience. It was a lovely experience. It was a very expensive experience. And it was way awkward. So this time when we were going in with friends of ours, we decided to not do that because we had already done that. We wanted to try a new experience. We were in the dining room. One of the reasons we skipped the dining room before was because you had to dress up. And when Ben moved from the table to go through the dining area to go to the bathroom, he had to put his jacket back on. So we were like, that's too stuffy. That's not what we want to do. But then this time we were like, okay, no, but we want a different experience now. And
Also, we couldn't have that experience.
Yeah, it wasn't available.
The other reason we didn't, we really wanted to do the chef's table again.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's, like, you have to be dressed up, which is not our scene. Like, we really like great food, but, like, we don't want that stuffy environment.
Yeah.
We don't want pretentious
They have a
food.
harpist in the dining room.
We're like a harpist.
And we're like, ugh,
ugh.
gross.
Ugh.
Like, harp is beautiful, but that's so snotty.
Oh, how much we did not know.
So my point, right. So in any case, so this time we went into the dining room, and the dining room was very small. It maybe seats 40 people, and we were 4 of 3 or 4 tables that were seated. There was a party of 6 kind of off to our one side. There was a party of 2 behind us over here, a party of 2 behind us over there, and a party of 2 way off in the corner. And that was it. That was everybody in the whole dining room. And it was before social distancing, but it just happened to work out that way.
Oh yeah,
And
actually they could stay open for social distancing because they already purposely
Yeah.
move everyone really far
Yeah.
apart. Yeah.
And when we went in before, we did the wine pairing with our dinner. And
No, you did. I didn't.
oh, that's true.
Yep.
That's true. I forgot. And but now again, my palate has evolved a little bit, and I wanted something more than just a wine pairing. I was like, hey, we go into the club, and sometimes we just ask the bartenders to make a cocktail that will go with our dinner. I wonder if they could kind of do the same thing. And I saw their cocktail menu, and it has like 7 cocktails on it, and the dining room menu had like 7 courses on it. So I was like, oh, I bet this is super easy for them. People probably ask them this all the time. No big deal. I'll just ask for a cocktail pairing instead of a wine pairing.
So she asks, but she doesn't ask our waitress. She asks our busser,
Which
not realizing that he's not our waiter.
I thought we had 2 waiters. I didn't think we had a waiter and a busser.
We had a waiter and a busser.
I didn't know that. I
So-
thought we had 2 waiters.
So he's like
He's flustered. He doesn't know what to do because I just asked him something that's out of his wheelhouse, and I was like, "Sorry." And then he goes over and gets the waitress.
The waitress.
So she comes over and she's like, "Okay,
What?
I think we can do that, but like that's a lot of alcohol." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry." And so she kind of poo-pooed it to a certain extent, we could see like the disappointment on my face. And I think somebody else.
And the embarrassment, I think.
Oh,
like
I
you were
must have
turning
been.
shades of red.
It was so bad.
Because like people are coming over and trying to fix this, and you hate that so much.
I hate that so much.
She hates it. She just doesn't want to cause a ruckus, right? She doesn't want to be the problem. And so now here's a ruckus and a problem because she asked a single question, and all she wants, I can imagine, is for it to go away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's all I want.
But that's not the type of restaurant we're in.
Nope. They
need to figure out how to turn this into a yes.
So next thing you know, then the manager comes over.
Big man.
Who's a very large man and a very deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's already scary and intimidating, and I'm sitting down. So like everything about this was like, everything was making it worse. And so he came over and introduced himself again, even though we already knew that he was the manager, and kind of was trying to understand what we were trying to say. And I think finally somebody else at the table was like, well, we're from Club 33, and sometimes this is what we do, and this, that, and the other. And I think I was just looking for something like that. And then he reiterated again, that is quite a bit of alcohol. And I was like, right, 7 drinks. 7 full cocktails is a lot of alcohol.
So then they said,
because when they do a wine pairing, they only do half pours or quarter pours or whatever, which makes way more sense. I wasn't thinking that one all the way through. I just figured you have 7 courses, you've got 7 cocktails. This is easy peasy. So then he said, but let me get my bar manager.
No, then he said, well, we can cut the.
No, I think he got the bar manager first, and I think he said that they could cut it.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't remember which way.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So then bar manager comes over. So now this is like the 4th person I've talked to.
But now they're trying to figure out, like, well, how do we charge you for a drink that's cut in half? Can we cut all of the drinks in half because they're actually pre-measured out on certain things?
Right. And so we were like,
so I'm like,
oh, then Jamie goes, this is easy. I'll just drink the other half of it.
Yeah,
and
can you just
we'll just pair
split the drink in 2?
Right.
And they went, oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, that's easy, that's fine. And they go, well, how do you want them? Like, how do you want the cocktails? And I said, I mean, I don't know. You're the ones who guys
surprise us.
You cook the things. I feel like you would know which cocktails would go best with which each of the. Is that okay? The bar manager was like, oh yeah, absolutely. He was all over.
Now he's like, woo.
He's like, so you just want me to pick it? And I was like,
yeah.
Yes. Is that okay?
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, great. And the manager's like, yeah, okay. And so then everybody disappears, and I was like, oh my god.
All at once too. They're like, they all look at each other. They're like, oh yeah, and they go.
And I was freaking out so badly. I was like, I can't believe I just did this. And Jamie, like, very gently puts her hand on my knee and is like, you talk to the busser. It's like, you don't have to remind me. I felt like such an idiot. Like, you know the scene in Pretty Woman where she's like trying to open something and like something pops out of her hand? That's how that felt to me. I felt like I did not know what was going on. Like, total, it was awful. It was so awful. So in any case, so then they figured that out. Finally.
You talk to the busser. That was the busser. He can't help you. He can take this away.
Shut up.
And he can bring the new stuff.
Shut up. I got it. Anyway, so then what happens is, so we're waiting for our first, the first course came out. I think they gave us champagne to go with the caviar.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Which was lovely and wonderful. So we got all that going, and the harpist sits down and she's playing, and I'm kind of only half paying attention because we're learning about caviar. There was like 3 different caviars, and like they're all from different places.
I had a seafood allergy prior to starting transition.
Yes, I also was trying to make sure she wasn't dying.
And so, like, once I started transition, the hormone change actually knocked out all of my allergies.
Yeah.
And so, yet another thing of the universe doing it right.
Right.
And so, I'm like, all right, let's try the caviar.
So we're doing all that, and I'm kind of paying more attention to all of that, again, making sure she's not dying, all that other fun stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm like, walking on sunshine, whoa.
What are you?
And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know, just walking on
sunshine.
That's totally the song she's playing, right?
Huh.
And so everyone kind of like listens, they're like, yeah.
Yeah, the whole table stopped.
We're like
we're talking.
Yeah, walking on. Yeah, it's walking on sunshine. It's totally walking on sunshine. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like, she's playing contemporary music. Like, that's really neat. Cool. We kept going. And then we got our first course. And then the manager comes back. Not the bar manager.
The manager.
The manager. So
because
the waitress,
he's excited now.
The waitress is amazing. She's explaining everything. And she's going through the wines and everything. And these are the things. And blah, 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 blah. And the manager's like, right. And so here's your cocktail. And I was like, oh god, what is happening?
And then the entire story.
He goes, so, this is the thing, and this is what you're eating now, and I know she explained it, but here's the other thing, and like, we know the fisherman who caught this and was like, what is happening? He's like, right, and so this is the cocktail, and this is why we wanted to do it like this, because this comes from the same area of Mexico, actually, same family, different guy, makes the tequila for that, like, whatever it was like the most intricate story ever. I was starving by the time he was done. He was so excited to tell us. And I was like, oh my God, is this going to happen at every single one? And they were like, the whole rest of the table was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, God, I hate all of you. Because everyone thinks that I'm the extrovert. I'm really the introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. So when stuff like that happens, all I want to do is crawl in a hole and die. And the other three of you were like, woohoo! This is so great. Oh my God, what's happening? I'm like, I hate everybody
because
here.
It's your embarrassment, not ours.
Oh, it was awful. It was so awful. And so then we get to like the next course. And in between, we're listening to the harpist. And next thing you know, it's like, might as well be walking on the sun. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? This is all contemporary music. This is amazing. Like, then we were singing along, and then she's kind of smiling because she could hear that we caught on.
But like, she has to remain proper. So she's like sitting there harping.
Yeah.
And just a little
bit.
Just a little.
And
like she knew.
Let me tell you, Smash Mouth on a harp is actually quite lovely. So then we go on, and it's like the third course and the third cocktail, and we get the whole story yet again. And then he goes, but you have to save some of this for the fifth course. So just don't drink all of this and just put it off to the side, because we really think that the orange in this is going to go really well with that, but we have a different cocktail for that. We want to make sure that you had both of those experiences. I was like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed.
Keep in mind, we are the only ones that are getting the manager for like everything now.
Yeah.
And then it's not just like we're getting like this group of cast members coming over, like telling us stories, and we're going back and forth on things. No other table in the entire, I'm pretty sure we had other servers. We didn't, but like.
No, we did at some point.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, that's coming up. That's the next part of the story.
I don't remember that part.
So then, again, between like whatever course meal it was, like 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, I don't know, honestly, I lost count. I had a lot of alcohol at this point. We're listening to the harpist again. It became like this group effort to be like, who can name that song first, kind of thing. And all of a sudden it was like, hey, yeah, and I was like, what?
Oh, there was.
What's going on?
There was another server.
And she's like, bing, 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 bing. Like, it was amazing.
It was so awesome.
So good. Just like really into it. And dying.
Here we are.
Absolutely dying.
We're like, oh, we don't want to be in the pretentious harp room.
Silly
and now we're like singing along.
So great.
It was great.
So then one of the other servers at a different table, she walks by and she goes, yes, but did you figure out what the theme is yet? And then she walks away, and it was like,
and we're like,
there's a theme! Could not even believe it. So then it was right around that time that she had to go to lunch, and we all got mad. We were like, what? She's taking a break? No, there's other songs. And they're like, well, she has to go to lunch. We were like, oh, yeah, we've been here like 3 hours. Yeah. That makes sense.
But we were sad because she left.
We were like, sad because she left. It was really sad. But again, another course, another cocktail, another story. It was absolutely ridiculous. She finally comes back. She starts playing, what was that one? Woolly Bully. Woolly Bully. Woolly Bully. Ooh. And we were like, what is... it's all contemporary, but like I'm not seeing a theme. I don't understand. Like, you don't play Smash Mouth, and there was a Rihanna song in there somewhere, and then like 4 Non-Blondes and like Woolly Bully. Like, this doesn't make any Duran Duran. Like, I don't get it. Finally, we got clued in. It was all songs that start with W.
Which, by the way, that's kind of hard.
Really hard.
Yeah.
Really, really hard. Walking in the Sun. What's Up? I don't remember the name of the Rihanna song. Woolly Bully. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it was amazing.
Again, it's all
Absolutely
about experiences,
amazing. Yeah.
right? And so, yeah, the food is part of the experience because there was the Wagyu.
Oh, the Wagyu.
Oh my God.
Literally every single bite I said, oh my God.
We all did. We couldn't.
Then you eat it and it melts and it's amazing and you digest it and then you take a drink of something and then you eat something else and then you take another piece of the Wagyu and then you go, oh my God.
We've all had Wagyu before.
Not like that.
Not like this.
Not like that.
I think it had crack cocaine in it. That's the only thing I can imagine.
It was amazing.
So we've got this just incredible meal.
Incredible.
Our guests are sommeliers and they've got just incredible, they're loving their wine and they're playing with it and they're like...
And we're all tasting each other's things.
Yeah,
and everything.
exactly. Like, before COVID.
Yeah.
So Right, so
No.
passing the because
The cocktails and the wine.
Their wines were the same, and then our cocktails were the same.
Yeah,
'cause
but
we'd split it, so we would.
But
Just
then all of our
flip-
meals were identical.
So we would just flip the drinks temporarily. So we would
Yeah.
get a little bit wine, they get a little bit of the cocktail.
So we were getting drunk.
We were drunk. So when we were singing, we
Even
were
at
getting
half cocktails. Oh yeah, eventually.
We were getting
At
louder
first it was
and
like,
louder.
Yeah, at first it was like, bule, bule. But then eventually it was, hey, yeah.
Aaron says Wagyu is the devil. It ruins meat for you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Miles will just be a vegan now.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna compare to that ever. Ugh, it was unreal. Totally unreal.
Alistair's stories behind all of Ben's drinks at 33 dinner. The first time we went were legit. Oh my God, that's another great story.
Yeah.
Well, are we done with the Victoria?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were there for like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh yeah, we were plastered when we. Thank God we had a monorail to get home.
Oh, honestly though, like there's no way. I still haven't seen pictures from that night from when we were there.
Did we have pictures?
I think Justin
I'm so
and
used
Sydney
to
do.
not. I'm so used to
No,
not
I think
taking
Justin and Sydney do.
pictures.
I think they're on their phones. That's why.
So
Unreal though.
before we were Club 33 members here at Disneyland, Dutta actually brought us to Club 33 for the very, very first time.
Yep.
And we were kind of already talking about becoming members by that time, but understand the process of membership is a multi-year thing. Like, I think, and so end to end, it took over 10 years, but realistically, I think it actually took, 4 years? 4 years. The other years were fake because we didn't realize that we were putting our name into a bucket that they would then burn the name, so it didn't matter. It wasn't until we actually started the process for real, and it still took years, right?
Yeah.
So we're in the middle, like we're in the beginning part of this process, actually, I think, and so Dutta has a way through his company to get us in, and so they were celebrating. Was it their anniversary birthday? Dutta and Kat were celebrating
Anniversary,
and they're like, "Come with us," and we're like, "That's awkward," but you said Club 33, so okay. And so, well, I really wanted to go, and I know it's like their special day, but like I don't know, I'll spend it with friends. Like I would spend our anniversary with friends. Anyhow,
yeah.
So we go and. Again, for me, it's all about experiences. What a phenomenal experience that was, because I, even in bed mode, am a pretentious princess.
Yes.
Have always been. Oh my God, I should get the tiara.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, they're like, well, what do you want to drink? I'm like, I don't know, bring me things. Which is my modus operandi, right?
Well,
like anywhere I go.
No. It was started before that.
It did.
Because there's a menu. And you have a starter. Well, you have an appetizer. You have a starter. You have a main course and a dessert. So, but each one of those categories, there's options. So So there's like a prefix menu, but you choose one of the appetizers, one of the starters, one of the. Maybe it's 5 courses. Either way, like you choose within your options. So, like as an appetizer, you might have like shrimp cocktail or like braised Brussels sprouts, and then for a starter you would have like a soup or a salad, and then main course third course, I guess, because you have a small other course, would be like potentially like a pasta or a small chicken dish, and then a main course would be more like your beef, your Wagyu, your fish dish, maybe another pasta dish or what have you, and then a dessert. And so it's 5 courses, right? So in any case, but you have choices inside of those. And so like usually appetizers like 3 choices. There's a super salad is usually only like 2, maybe 3 choices. And then third course is like 3 or 4 choices. Main course is like 5 choices. And then dessert's usually like 3 or 4 choices. And so that's the way that starts. And usually it's like hey, do you have any questions on the menu? Do you have something particular that you want to start off with, et cetera, et cetera. And we learned this trick actually quite a long time ago. At a different company that we both used to work for, there was a particular owner, individual, that would go into restaurants and would almost never order. He would just simply turn to the waitress staff or waiter staff and say, just bring me the 5 favorite things on the menu that you have. And we all thought that he was crazy when he did that. But he was like, no, these people work here. They know what the best thing is, or what their favorite thing is at least. And so then that way you're getting something that they actually really like and they enjoy, and potentially is also really, really good. And so every once in a great while you'll get something that's a little bit off menu, like, oh, I really like this salad, but we add chicken to it and it's fantastic. Like whatever. you get that kind of experience. And that was a really cool experience. And so Ben and I both picked up that habit. And so instead of choosing on this particular night, because we thought, hey, we're at Club 33, we're never going to be able to get back here again. This is never going to be an option. This isn't going to be a thing that we're ever going to be able to do again. We might as well like live it to the fullest extent that we can. Oh, you can't even see it.
No.
Oh, and I'm too pale too.
Well, that's too bad.
I can wear it.
It looks nice though.
It does. Oh. But what we did instead was, when we were asked if we had any questions, comments, concerns, complaints about the menu, we just said, no, just bring us like your favorite things from each item. And he said, well, are there any allergies? At the time you had a fish allergy, but I didn't have a fish allergy. And so we just got whatever Alistair's favorite items on the menu were, whatever he thought was best.
Highly recommend you, if you're not a picky eater, just go to restaurants and ask them.
Right? I told the real story already.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So fantastic. And then it was like, well, do you want drinks to go with that? And we said, sure, whatever cocktails you think go with this.
And he said, cocktails, not wine?
And we said, yeah. And that's what we did. And it was amazing. And so Alistair would go away and then come back to the table and be like, this one is called Feminine Fury. And we were like, what? And he's like, yes, that's why it's pink. And the bubbles are meant to explain, how just the bubbly emotion that she has constantly underneath the surface. That's why it's bubbly, but only little bubbles. And then the cinnamon across the top is supposed to mean her wild exhibitionism. And you're like, okay, great. And it would be fantastic, and it would be amazing. They don't have a drink called that. We found out much later, but at the time we didn't know that.
Yeah, we thought there was this amazing story behind it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was bullshitting.
Alistair was pulling shit out of his ass.
We had no idea until much later, until we got to know Alistair, and we're like, everything he just said is bullshit.
Total crap. But amazing, and you wouldn't know anyway.
But inconsequential bullshit.
Oh,
right?
totally.
It was. Oh my god, he would just make these fantastical backstories of it was.
Right, there was one with something with snow.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. We were drunk that night too. It was amazing, and the whole experience really cemented that in for us. I think because we were like,
it's the same thing that happened at Florida Club. I walked out of there going, yeah, this is my shtick. This is clearly in my wheelhouse. This is absolutely something I want to move forward with. Because again, it was a lot of money, and it took so long that it kind of increased in price between the time we started the process and the time we finished. And so is it worth that money? And then when you get to experience it like that, you can go, oh yeah. I mean, you can go yes or no, right?
Right.
And I would argue that usually I actually say no.
Yep.
But these were two instances where I'm like, I didn't understand before. I'm all in now. I get it. Because someone else, it might have been Aaron, said, yeah, I don't buy things. I buy experiences. Same deal, right? I would much prefer have a fantastic meal with you, like on your birthday or anniversary. You just create an incredible experience, just a night that you can remember, over buying you a trinket. That okay, cool, you have this trinket. I remembered, but let's just go out and enjoy life, you know?
Which I did both.
Yes, you did. You did better than I did. Well, should I bring him over?
I don't think
I could set it right here?
I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should just bring this to that.
You sure?
I am sure.
I could set it behind us.
No.
For the rest of the thing?
No. No.
Did we show them?
No.
Okay, I'll prep.
Okay.
Did you finish your story? I'm sorry I interrupted.
I think I did. I'm not entirely positive. I'm pretty sure I did. But it was all Donna's fault.
I came by and I pulled a bet on that shit.
Yes, you did.
Let me interrupt and tell you about what I want to talk about.
Pretty much.
All right, so you guys saw Carrie Ann's flowers, the flowers that she got me for our 19-year wedding anniversary. Mm-hmm. Let me show you what I got her.
Such a brat. Please don't worry.
So this is the bouquet. So can I have a size reference when you get a moment?
Sure.
So like that. So there's a Carrie Ann standing next to it, and there's her hand on top of one of the flowers to give you an idea of size.
And this is my hand on an iPhone. So to give you that other reference of size.
Right. Isn't this incredible?
It's nuts.
This is from Jared's mom, actually.
Yeah.
She has a flower shop.
Can you see the crown butter?
Oh, yeah. There you go. Whoop.
Nice.
I think in this mode, it's like extra high latency, which bothers me, makes me sad. Okay,
You want your crown back?
a little bit.
Yeah.
It fits my personality.
Oh, it does. It does.
Terrence says, you both have a long history of support of space educators.
Hmm?
Who's the newest one that you're excited about?
That's a good question.
The problem in the industry right now is that everyone is doing SpaceX and no one else.
I have an answer.
Okay.
Victor Glover.
Okay, yeah, I like that answer. Yeah.
Not really doing space education per se, but is speaking out particularly about the lack of diversity in NASA, lack of diversity in space, lack of diversity in NASA astronauts, not just NASA, and doing it with elegance and grace. And I think he's doing a fantastic job of being a really good, calm voice amongst all of the chaos that's going on right now. Yeah, Victor Glover, I think is really amazing. Just all the way around. He's just really an amazing person. He met his wife by doing diversity projects on campus. I believe he went to USC. And that's how they met. And so they were doing diversity things back in the day, which is really amazing. And they have, I want to say it's 4 girls. It might be 5. They also have a brand new puppy. It's so cute. Yeah, and he's active on Twitter for sure. Let me see if I can find his handle. But I think
Astroglove?
no.
Should be. Opportunity missed.
No. Hold on. Vic Glover. So VIC Glover. Husband, dad, U.S. Navy commander, and NASA astronaut, which is awesome. He joined in 2012, so he's been on Twitter for quite a while. And yeah, I just think he does Cal Poly. My bad. He went, not USC. He went to Cal Poly.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
I know. Victor won't watch this. It's fine. Yeah, I think, again, not exactly an educator per se, but I think he is a really strong, clear voice, again, amongst a lot of chaos right now. And I think he's doing a really great job with it.
I usually try to find, like, to the point of the question of, like, I try to find new space journalists that are kind of like what we were, just like journalists in their basement who are really passionate and really love doing this stuff and like trying to make a go of it, but like don't necessarily have the resources just yet.
Right.
So it's like they're trying, but they're not there yet. The last one that we really supported was actually Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronaut, but like he doesn't really need our support
He's
anymore.
doing all right now.
He's doing pretty good.
But like Tamitha Scove,
Yeah, she's another
Space
great
Weather,
one.
Space Women, she does a really fantastic job with what she has, and she understands it and can bring it down to, not bring it down, but like make it an accessible level for anybody. There's still some things that I don't quite understand, but she's helping me get better with space weather. Somebody the other day was like, "There's weather in space." I was like, "Well, it's not how you think about it, but yes, there is. I mean, there are on some planets, and so like that's like a thing. But you're talking about like sun's corona and like radiation waves and what have you going through, and like that affects everything from humans to light sails to everything. So yeah, there totally is. Yeah, thank you, Erin. Put Vic Lover in the chat room. That's fantastic.
But I think back to my original point, my big problem right now is everyone is so SpaceX focused because SpaceX is doing really cool things.
Yeah.
But so is NASA, so is Blue Origin.
So is Rocket Lab, so is
Rocket Lab.
Firefly, so is...
Yeah, and it's not SpaceX. Everyone else doesn't have to lose for SpaceX to win.
Well, and it feels weird because everything is so like relativity space with so many people from SpaceX. Like, who cares where the hell they came from? Like, if they know what they're doing, I don't.
Right. So
It doesn't have to be
I'm
that way.
having a hard time finding people because I think like there's also not as much interest in those other things. Like everyone's so glommed onto SpaceX that if you want to succeed, you gotta promote. We see it in our own videos when we do SpaceX stuff that's like focused on SpaceX. 2 to 3x number of the viewers just immediately like that.
Yeah.
But like, no, like there's so much more going on in space than just SpaceX, and that it drives me a little bit bonkers that that's what's driving people is SpaceX and not like humans exploring space in general.
Yeah.
General. There we go.
Yeah, actually, so Virgin Galactic, for instance, is doing their inside cabin reveal at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really exciting, and that's really cool. And the only people I've heard mention it are Virgin Galactic.
I did. I retweeted it.
No, I retweeted it too, but that's it. I feel like my whole entire feed should be flooded with that.
Yeah.
I feel like people should be like, oh my god, Spaceport America is so amazing. Like,
You get to see the inside of a spaceship, of a brand new
that's
spaceship.
so cool.
How cool! Like people are clamoring to see inside of Crew Dragon, and then
It's
like
really not that interesting.
yeah, this.
I mean, it is beautiful.
I'm super excited for this. Like,
But that's not designed for tourists. Like, Virgin Galactic is designed for tourists. It's designed to like be able to take your belt off and float around a little bit and like throw M&Ms at each other and crap. Like,
as Aaron says, there are like 2 billion channels talking about Boca Chica and Starship. Exactly. Like,
yeah.
there's so many live feeds and so many
it's
analyzing
good, but-
them, moving things around. Look, I get it. It's a really big rocket. It's a really cool rocket. Arguably one of the coolest rockets ever built or conceived. Way cooler and more awesome than SLS.
Right.
But like, there's still a lot more. Rocket Lab's going to the moon.
Yeah, Alejandro says, I understand it. I manage the oldest SpaceX fan Facebook group along with other people, and whenever there's a post about something, a different company or something like that, they're like, boring. And it's like, it's totally, and it's not boring. It's really interesting. It's really fascinating, and I love like the different takes on different things. Like I like that Blue Origin's legs look more like spidery, and they kind of pop out differently, and instead of having like this huge like leg kind of situation come down, and yeah, I don't know, I'm fascinated by all of it and a lot of it, and I it's really too bad. But
Aaron brought up like one of my big things.
yes,
I've gone on to tirades on this.
I'll just go to the bathroom.
You can if you need to.
I might.
I'll be a while.
I know.
My big thing for the live shows with our hosts, and actually this applies to everything that Tomorrow does, is the main message is why. We have to figure out, and no one else really does the why. They do the how and the what. But if you start and lead with the why, and people can understand why they should care, why this matters, why this will impact them in their lifetime, why should you continue to pay attention to me here? If we can get that up front, the rest of it works itself out, but it is the hardest way to communicate. It is the most effective way to communicate and the hardest way to communicate. And like, I struggled with our live shows, like getting our hosts to do that. We would get the what and the how, and then like I would get them to do why for a little bit, and then it's just so freaking hard to get the why and to make it relatable. And so then we'd end up back on the what and the how, and then like it just stagnated. So anyhow, I'm working on updated live shows that will fix some of those problems. I think it will be a different format than what we had before. It's not figured out. Also, my voice isn't right yet. I'm not super comfortable going on camera in front of Tomorrow. Like on Jamie's bits is a little bit different because I'm in transition. You're cheering me on for the most part. You're not going to be a bunch of jerks. Tomorrow for the most part, people cheering me on, but it's not about transition. It's about human exploration of space. So I don't really try to mention transition too much. I just kind of get on and talk about space. But I'm awkward, right? Like, I don't look the part, I don't sound the part. Something's awkward and wrong, and that's what people grab onto. And it takes away from the space story, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is. So, like, not yet is my point. So, okay, I guess that wasn't as long of a tirade. I guess I've condensed my little soapbox on why into... I seriously, to that point, I have gone into why tirades for like 20 minutes straight post-show? Like, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take a peek at some of the comments. Oh, Marty the Martian's excited and hanging out for more on the Dream Chaser shuttle? Heck yeah. Like, I've always loved the Dream Chaser concept. I'm sad that they didn't make it into the, was it CCT cap contract, I think it was, when they first got eliminated. I thought that they had an incredible design. I still think they have an incredible design. I just really want to see that vehicle fly. Alex says the why is simple to explain, because yes, because why not, because people want to, so they do it. That's not a good enough why. Like, you need to have something that actually touches people's hearts or their mind, right? But it needs to touch you. You need to really understand it. It needs to connect with you. Otherwise, it's like a thrown away why, and I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's as effective. This side isn't as good. I have a good side, and it's this side. That's a better side. Actually, CC Circuit, start with Y from Simon Sinek, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. That's where I got it from. It's that circle. He's up on stage. I think it's a TED Talk, and he draws a circle, and he talks about how Apple does marketing, and he talks about how they don't really even talk about their product. They just like, this is what we believe, this is who we are, this is why you should care. I completely agree. I have a good side. I have a good side. It's this side.
Okay.
Because when I'm on the other side, like if I do this, it's harder to see. Like, you can really see the male hairline, like receding back here, but on this side,
Whatever.
like if I talk to you like this, right?
Great.
Right, internet? Like, this is a better side, right?
That's great. Everything about this is great.
I'm done with my Y tirade. What else we got? We've
It's
been
not
going
really
for like
tirade.
2 hours, so we'll probably end up ending soon here.
I mean, I feel like that makes sense, no?
So Alex does bring up a good point. The reality is there are people who are excited about space, so basically saying why, because is an acceptable answer. That is true. I think most people here right now.
Sure, but the other thing we're trying to do is get a hold of the people who are on the fence, or hold of people who don't understand why they should be excited about it, or don't make the connections, because there's a lot of the classic argument is, why are we spending all this money on space when there's problems down here on Earth? Well, because a lot of the problems that we have down here on Earth, like, I don't know, weather, for instance, can be helped and sometimes solved, although not always, but at least like help be predicted of major national, what am I trying to say? Yeah, national disasters. So like hurricane stuff, we get our images from satellites that we put up in space.
Yeah.
Like,
but you need to be able to communicate that to people and help them understand that why. Because if you say, I don't understand why we're going to space, we have all these issues down here, and if you say to them, well, why not? That is not a compelling why.
No.
That is not a compelling argument. It does not connect with you.
A lot of people, what they know about space is kind of like when we first started talking about space, one of the first things I said was NASA, anything that possibly said about space, NASA's already said. And the thing is that, like, A, that's not true. But then B, on top of that, there's a lot of those sort of, at this point, they're basically old wives' tales of, like, Tang was developed for space, and, like, there's this pen that was developed for space, and
well, it was developed for space.
Right, but
just, like, not by NASA.
Right. So there's all these different, like, Velcro was invented for space. Like, but that's not the only thing it's useful for, and that's not... I mean, the thing is, like, even if it was developed for space, it's still useful down here on Earth. So making that argument is really difficult.
Alex brings up a good point, because then we start getting into astronomy and being like, okay, well, then explain to someone, why did NASA send New Horizons to Pluto? So, yeah, this is why we have such a hard time with astronomy stories, because I'm like, you need to convince me. And actually what happened was the astronomers started complaining about Starlink. And I get it, but then they started doing it in a non-constructive way. I'm like, okay, if that's how astronomy is going to act, then anytime we do an astronomy story, I need you to convince me that your astronomy project is more important than Starlink. Now, many of them are, in fact, more important than Starlink, but you need to convince me it is. You can't just go, because it's there. you need to explain to me why this could make an impact on it. Because I can explain to you how and why Starlink will make an impact in your everyday life.
Right.
Your personal everyday life. Explain to me how your astronomy project will do the same. And it's really difficult to do.
It is.
And so if you can't explain why the astronomy project is going to be like compelling, then why are we airing it on the show?
Yep.
Like, cool. It's cool data. I get it. I understand it. But like, if there's nothing that touches you here, then like, what are we doing? Like,
Yep.
And it's just this.
It was one of the most brilliant strokes. I believe it was Victoria who did that first, but I'm not entirely positive. It was one of the most genius strokes of putting the Mars rover, one of the Mars rovers, on, or maybe it wasn't a rover, maybe it was a lander, on Twitter, and giving it a voice, like humanizing it.
Yep.
Because one of the things, and I'm sure Jamie went over this, is like, yes, you care about the rocket, and some people do care about the rockets and only the rockets, and they want to know exactly how many bolts are on every single rocket.
I did not go over this.
Okay. And some people, like I said, some people do. Some people get very much so into the engineering of that, and like, what if you're using a kerosene engine versus a hydrogen engine, and like all those. And I'm interested, but that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here for, as I think it's my Twitter account says very famously, that I fell in love with space when I saw the excitement in your eyes. And by that, I mean your eyes, obviously. But above and beyond that, it's the people. Like, that rocket is carrying people. Like, they're carrying humans. They're carrying humans that I have met, or I can meet, or I can follow on Twitter, or whatever. But like, human beings relate to other human beings. Why are you laughing?
I'm waiting for you to say my line, but you haven't said it yet.
I'm probably not going to. But that's a huge why I would care. Why do I care about what I can only, especially when I can't see the humans, when I can only see the rocket? Like, why am I caring about this? It's a machine. It does the machine things. But it does the machine things with humans on board. And that's really, really important. And it's something that I can relate to. It's something that I understand, even if I don't personally want to go.
A couple guards ago at SpaceX, so to speak, this is like 7 years ago, a completely different group was kind of running, or a different person was running the webcasts. And he and I had a totally different view on how all of those should go. And my famous line that I use to this day is, people connect to people, not to rockets. So like, we can create an emotional connection with another person, with another host, but I cannot create an emotional connection with the rocket. And they made it all about what the rocket was and how the rocket was working.
And that's interesting. It is interesting. But it's like, more interesting when there's people on it. It's more interesting when the host cares about it. And it's more interesting when you can like pull a Michael and compare it to a Bengal tiger. And like, I now have a point of reference. And like, that's interesting to me. Like, famously, Tori Bruno, at least once a year, throws out some sort of tweet about the flow of not just the exhaust, but the expenditure of fuel. And the video, I think, is in elephants, if I remember correctly.
That's not Tori Bruno's, but yeah.
Oh, no, Tori Bruno does.
The elephants are dying in a
Right,
heap.
so sorry. So the one that Tori does is the fairing and how much the fairing can hold.
Yeah, they use whales.
And whales.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry. Still funny though. But like, even though I've never been next to a whale, I have a concept of how big a whale is.
But this is one of the things that I had to fight for years, is like doing things like they wanted to build a studio space, and like with a green screen, and they do the webcast in there. I'm like, no, you have the coolest set in the world on the factory floor.
It is beautiful.
Go out there, go in front of Mission Control, go into Mission Control, show the people working on this.
Yeah.
Let people connect with this and show them that it's people that are putting these rockets up into space. Like, it's people that make all of this stuff go.
Yeah.
Like, I had to fight for us to be able to be in front of Mission Control. I had to fight for us to be able to to be able to hear the cheering. They didn't want the cheering on the webcast.
It's so weird now.
What is
It's so weird now.
Oh yeah, it is. And then there was a change of guard, so to speak, and they came in. They're like, "Why don't we do this in front of Mission Control?" I'm like, "Yes, we should do that."
Such a good idea. I wish I had thought of it.
And then I was they're like, but there's a lot of cheering. I'm like, oh, it's being picked up by the host's microphone. Nothing we can do. I'm so sorry. And then it was too much cheering. I'm like, okay, we need to do something. This is getting ridiculous. And then we moved to the headwear mic. It's still not enough. I'm out of option. Like, you can still hear people dropping silverware. It's like, okay. Drives me crazy. Okay.
Literally, somebody drops silverware every single time. It feels like
Let's see here.
it's really too bad. Oh,
Aaron Vader says, when you're ready to take the stage, I could be in the studio working the board and listening, learning more about space. Yeah, by all means. Like, always looking for more people to help out with tomorrow.
Yep.
It's in Anaheim though, so you literally need to be like really close to Disneyland. Yep.
Oh, pardon me.
Alex brings up, it's like Apollo. People think it was popular back then because it's popular now.
Right.
But that back then it was actually hated by many as a waste of money. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. It was less than 50% of the American population approved of Apollo. Like, we have a better approval rating of our space program now than they did back in Apollo.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy because it's not even all that great right now. Although we're doing pretty cool things.
Oh well.
I used to connect to rockets until I became a real boy. Me too.
Too soon.
Alex is in the cafeteria, yeah. Aaron says the work that you did during DM2 launch was fabulous. So, thank you, but really not me. That was a really amazing, very large team of people. I actually very specifically said, I am not producing this one. I am not content. I am engineering. And I had to do that because there was so much engineering on the table. It was like overwhelming the amount of work that I had. And then having to do my job and then other people's jobs too. I was like, no, I cannot. So I did provide the bidirectional, like when you think about what was happening, I don't know if people realize, but there were like multiple control rooms around the country running different parts of that show, seamlessly switching from one to the other so we could see and hear each other, rolling clips and graphics, but it all looked like one integrated shared show because it was in fact one integrated shared show. It was really incredible. And all of the engineers from NASA and SpaceX, well, engineer from SpaceX, it was just me, I think no, that's disingenuous too, because actually the transports from us to them were mostly me, but like, then you still have our side of like the Cape team that took care of all the cameras down there that were also sent to them. So no, I wasn't the only engineer. That's disingenuous, not fair. So like I didn't work on any of the graphics or anything like that. And as you guys know, I'm actually very opinionated on those things. I am.
You are.
And it took me a really long time to learn to let go. Like the current graphics on the SpaceX webcast are not my design. It's actually it was the first time in years that we had elements on the screen that were not mine. I also don't, I think they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
And not functional.
Yeah, they're not functional.
That's my personal opinion. And I really wish, the whole reason I wanted to change them in the first place was to make them more functional, because I believe that the graphics are a storytelling tool there to enhance the webcast and help you with the why, as well as the how and the what. And I'm the only one who seems to view them that way. And so I lost all of those debates. I tried quite literally for 3 years to push a new package through. And I can't really talk about it too much because I will cry. But you've seen the mock-ups that I've had.
Yep. So
holy crap.
Alejandro was talking about, I liked a lot about the relationship between SpaceX and NASA hosts and guests, and it was amazing, specifically between Lauren Lyons and Leland Melvin. Leland Melvin is
my God, that back and forth.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, worm versus meatball.
Yeah.
I do not like the worm logo, but Lauren Lyons, she won that debate. She won that worm debate. Oh my God, that was amazing. That was good TV.
That was epic.
That was epic. I loved that so much.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Vader says incredible, which is funny because I thought it said Ben Credible for a second.
Huh.
Harry asked what the emotions were like for both of us during the DM2 launch.
Tired.
Yeah, she was exhausted. I was crying. I was uncontrollably crying. And not ugly crying, but just that sort of crying of oh, my face is wet crying. I didn't realize I was crying.
I was working. So
yeah.
Understand that when I'm working, I don't offer myself.
You're in go mode.
I'm in go mode, and I don't offer myself an opportunity to feel that excitement in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So time will slow down, and I'll kind of mentally prepare for different things that are happening, but I don't stand up and start cheering because I have a job to do, and I need to make sure that we stay on. I need to make sure that the webcast stays on the air, but understand that I'm actually the principal engineer at the video engineer of the company. So I'm not just doing the webcast, I'm doing all the pad cameras. So at the moment of liftoff, I'm watching the board to be like, okay, have we lost anything? Do we have any issues? Have we lost, like, do I have route issues now? Do we need to fail over systems? How are our tracking assets looking?
I don't think I cried until we had contact with Bob and Doug again. Like, it was...
had contact the whole time. Oh, you mean like
No,
publicly?
but, I mean, no. I mean, like, because there was a minute there where it was just, like, liftoff. And, like, you're just watching, like, health of the rocket for the most part.
Sure.
It wasn't like, hey, guys, how's it going? And they're like, hey, it's okay. Like, there wasn't any of that.
I'm okay to go.
Right. There wasn't that, but, like, it was a few minutes in, and then it was, like, there was, like, a little bit of a check-in, and I could hear their voices, and that's when I lost it.
Mm-hmm.
When I could hear them, for sure. Because people relate to people and not rockets.
People relate to people and not rockets.
And it was amazing.
Yeah. You can't ignore the rocket. You don't pretend like the rocket doesn't exist.
Obviously.
But there's a story behind every part on that rocket.
Yes.
And that story can tie to other people and get you emotionally attached to the rocket and to the people.
Yeah, I am lucky enough that I know the people who, put that OctaWeb together. I know the people who did the integration. I know the people who did the final checkout team. Like, I know the people who did the software. I know the people who wrote the software for the Dragon interface. I know the people who made the Dragon. I know that, like, I'm in an extremely fortunate position where I know nearly everybody that was involved on that rocket, from metal bending to... I know the people who worked on the microphones that Bob and Doug used to talk to people on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like, that is unreal.
I have stories that I really want to tell and I can't tell.
Right, but I mean, that's
that fucking microphone. This one, right?
Yeah,
not this one, but this one.
This one.
Oh my god.
Right, that microphone.
I had.
So do I. We both have stories.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is that, like...
I have angry stories, though.
I have good stories. Anyway, so, like, all of those things coming together and all working to see the rocket in the air and then be able to, like, hear Bob and Doug, like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I love their walkthrough on the way to, like, they did 2 different media events where they walked through. I thought those were fantastic. That was our comms team putting that together, like, making sure that all of that worked. They were super worried about it too. They're like, we need to make sure all of this works and blah blah blah. And they would do these weekly tags up, and near the end, like, I'm so buried in engineering that I cannot go to this weekly tag up anymore. I just can't make it. I feel a little bit guilty, but at the same time, I'm like, we've tested the crap. Like, of everything I'm worried about, this ain't one of them.
Yeah, it's true.
And it was so brilliant. It was so beautiful. It was just such a great moment because, again, you connect with people.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to see them in their new toy.
Yeah.
Right? They're, like, showing off their proud new car that they got. It was great. It was so great.
It was really cute. The dads.
Oh, Aaron, those damn mics. Yeah, and actually, like, my latest engineering challenge that I'm trying to, like, work around is getting microphones to capture liftoff audio from T plus 20 seconds to, like, T plus a minute, so you get the rumble of the rocket. Because I feel like we get some good pad noises on the ground. Like, you get... I think that's pretty cool. It's fairly unique to SpaceX. You don't hear a lot of that from other rocket companies.
Right.
But then at liftoff, it's all really tinny and kind of blown out. Even when we move to the microphones further back, and there just isn't great depth to the sound. And so I've tried things, and I actually did find a solution, but it needs to survive in Florida. So I can get a solution that sounds great but won't survive, or I can get a solution that will survive but doesn't sound great.
Right.
But, like, I need both, and so I'm trying some stuff. I don't know if I'm kind of like the drone ship. Like, it should be simple, and all the audio engineers are like, have you tried this? I'm like, yep. Have you tried this microphone? Yep.
Yeah. I have 3 of those melted. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, have you tried that microphone out in rainfall for 3 days straight? No? Try that and get back to me.
Let me know when that works. Have you tried GoPros?
Oh my God.
All right, we done?
I think so. Is there anything else from the group? Any last comments we should?
Because, bedtime at some point.
Oh yeah, it is bedtime.
Yeah, I know.
Alex says the new SpaceX hosts like Shiva and Jessica are also great additions. I really loved Jessica, Jessie Anderson. I think she's fantastic. Shiva is also really, really great. Like I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who all should be on Twitter too. So and pretty easy to find. Jessie also DJs on the side.
I did not know that.
Yeah. She
Wiki.
she models a little bit. She DJs
I
a
can
little
see
bit.
her. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, she's stunning.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find her.
Marty the Martian, looking forward to Jamie's future tell-all book. Yeah, but it'll be boring. It'll be like all this technical stuff of like, I wish we could technically do this, or I wish we could technically do
Yeah,
that.
Jessie is Who is Heartbreak, both on Twitter and Instagram.
She's so easy to work with from a talent perspective.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, here's the thing, I need to make a minor change. She's like, okay. And like, she's got it immediately. And like, she just read through the script really easily, makes minor changes to whatever is necessary. Very easygoing, like super hard worker. Like, one of my favorites.
Yeah, Shiva's also great. Also on Twitter somewhere. Let's see if I can find him. Yeah, Shiva is Mr. Shiva B. So MRSIVAB. VAB.
Huh.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Harry asks us if ask people who've set remotes. Actually, remote audio is far easier because you don't need to transport it back somewhere live. This is where you run into issues. Like, how do you transport it? Like, it's not just the microphone. It's not just capturing the sound. It's moving that sound live to a location where we can pick it up and then send it back to Hawthorne without a great amount of delay or loss. And it has to survive in Florida weather. This is possible. This can be solved. I know this can be solved. I just haven't solved it yet. And also, to be fair, like, hasn't been a huge priority, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not broken. And it doesn't not work. I just think it'd be way the hell better than it is now.
It's fair. Oh no, I can have the crown.
Okay. I think we're done. I hope everyone had fun. We went for like 2.5 hours, so
Sounds about right for us.
hopefully that was at least moderately interesting for people partway through. It was fun for me. Again, like, live shows will return sometime. I don't know when. They will work. I think in order to bring them back properly, I'm going to have to be on camera to kind of like mom guide the show, so to speak. I'm gonna have to pull from Ben, like, some of those things.
Just don't use your mom voice.
I can't. I don't have a mom voice. I have Ben's voice, and like, I don't think I have Jamie's voice yet.
Not yet, but
Yeah, and I've kind of lost Ben's voice, so I'm like voiceless, I guess.
oh wow. Don't say that. That's terrible.
Like, this is not Jamie's voice.
No.
I don't know what Jamie's voice is, but Care Bear is Care Bear. Oh. She's literally falling asleep. Okay, bye, kids. Maybe. I can't end the stream. It won't let me stop the stream.
That's hilarious.
It literally won't let me stop.
All right. Well, cool.
Hold up, can I do this?
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
can start local
Cut.
streaming. Can I do that?
You were live.
You're live, you can't stop. I know. Okay, so it doesn't. Hold up. Okay, you get to tell stories because I have to go into the YouTube studio and stop it from there.
What am I doing?
Oh, wait, can I do it from here?
I don't know. That's my computer.
This is hilarious.
This is
We can't
hilarious.
stop the stream.
And I don't have your phone, so I don't know what's going on.
I'll be right back.
All right. People are gonna be commenting on things, and I don't know what you're commenting on. That sucks. I'm sorry. Tell stories. I don't think I have stories. I'm sure somebody's asking me something right now, and I don't know what it is. It's really terrible. I feel bad, you guys. Let me see if I can call it up on Twitter myself, or not Twitter, on YouTube. Oh no, not that one. Oh, this is awful. I'm not singing again. I'm sure somebody's asking me about that. Because that's like a thing. Oh, but it's not that one. Crap for crap. Wait, what do you? How do I
What are you trying to do?
get to the chat room?
Oh, we can't even see what they're saying.
No.
Right, hang on. I think I can stop it from here.
Okay, will you stop it? Okay, good. Whew. Oh my god, it's terrible. I am trapped. Awkward goodbyes. Just shoot down the satellite. That should be fine. Marty the Martian says. You're saying bad things about me? Thanks. Appreciate that. Ugh.
That's interesting. It actually won't let me stop it from there either. So
Yeah?
the interface. Hold up. All right.
All right.
Here's how I'm gonna try to stop it. We'll
Yeah?
see if this works. I'm just gonna force close the app.